Check.
Check.
SCFA football on SoCalCollegeSports.com, Week 2 edition. Mike Zepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, the entire SoCalCollegeSports.com crew with you tonight. Glendale and Southwestern, both teams looking for their first win on the season. Their records are similar. Their point differential is very similar. It's, in fact, the same. Both teams got dropped by a touchdown each. Last week, Glendale lost to Golden West, and Golden West had battled some adversity. They won with their fourth-string quarterback, of course. Coach Nick Mitchell at Golden West always does a great job. Southwestern, meanwhile, they lost to Palomar in a game that obviously they would like back, but both teams coming out fired up tonight should be a good one.
Yeah, you can't ask for more early in the season than a lot on the table, and neither team wants to start their season 0-2. It's not over if you're 0-2, but it's a long way back if you're looking at a postseason appearance. So a lot on the line for both teams. Both teams looking to bounce back. They fell by 7 points, slightly different efforts. For Glendale, they had the lead at one point, tied through 3 quarters, and let it get away from them in the fourth quarter, the late touchdown for Golden West, and then they hold on for the 7-point win. Meanwhile, as you alluded to, in the Palomar game for Southwestern, they fell behind by double digits twice, kept on climbing back into the game, eventually ran out of time, falling by 7. So slightly different paths here, but both teams game efforts in their first week losses, but then that just means a lot on the table here in week 2, and you need to come up with a win.
Yeah, Coach Carbear for Southwestern, in our conversation earlier with him today, he really admired this Glendale group's their effort last week versus Golden West. Really struck him as a scrappy bunch, and one that's going to really try and take them to task. Last year was a home opener that didn't go so well. That was against Golden West, 33-0. They obviously want to flip the script tonight en route to their first win on the season here in 2017. Back in a moment here with kickoff week 2 of SCFA coverage here on SoCal College Sports. About to get underway here. Glendale and Southwestern. Southwestern moving left to right. Glendale receiving in the Cardinal and gold.
This is Delgado on the return.
Delgado is going to get to about the 30-yard line, and that's where the Vaqueros will get underway. The Vaqueros and the Jaguars. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, Matt Henson with you on tonight's coverage. And you can go to our website, www.socalcollegesports.com, and also on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. If you have any friends and family unable to make the game tonight or would just like to watch the archive copy after the game, go to our channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And Michael Bonds getting the start tonight, second week in a row here for the Vaqueros, split back set. 3 wide look for the wheel route out of the backfield. No. It's going to be a carry. This is going to be Daniel Torres. And Torres and Felipe Meza were very instrumental in much of the offense last week versus Golden West.
Yeah, Meza with a lot of touches led the team in rushing with 62 yards, also had 5 catches and the only touchdown.
Yeah, well, in that drive and the only touchdown that they had in the game, it was Torres with a big 20-yard plus reception to keep that drive alive on 4th and 8. Both running backs very good with their hands out of the backfield. Bonds has a man in the flat. I believe this is Meza. Meza's going to pick up 2. No, he's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, that's not a huge surprise thus far from what we've seen this season. We talked about the 5 catches for Meza, but it went for just 14 yards. So right now, Michael Bonds, very quick, it would appear, to check down, go to shorter routes, trying to keep control of the ball.
Well, the book on Bonds is very accurate passer, but sometimes has trouble getting the ball out in a timely fashion. That can hurt. 3rd and long coming up here on the opening drive. Bonds back to pass, steps up in the pocket, he tucks it, runs. He's going to be short of the first down near the 40-yard line. He needed about the 40. He's not going to get it. And here comes the punting unit.
Cameron Hansen, the leading tackler from last week, staying at home from his linebacker spot and able to bring down Bonds short of the mark.
That means we're going to get an early look here at Joshua Cartwright, starting quarterback for the Jaguars of Southwestern.
Yeah, quick 3 and out. That's exactly how you want to start it if you're Southwestern. After some struggles defensively last week when they allowed 38 points.
Adrian Petty back to receive the kick. It's a good one. It is low.
Fielded at the 25-yard line.
And from the 25, that's a big block up the middle. 1 man to beat. Petty going to take it to the house. Chalk up 6 for the Jags.
We talked about the 3 and out being exactly how you draw it up.
Well, 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns last week, and we are getting word that it was not Petty. Might have been Roderick Futrell.
Yeah.
Look at the replay here.
Catch the tail end, and nobody's going to catch Futrell after he picks up the block.
So it was Petty on the score. So there are 2 number 4s, one for offense and one for defense.
Exactly. Yeah, this is something we run into on occasion.
Pretty often, Adrian Petty with the score here. Well, last week, and that is a 75-yard run, it was a 98-yard kickoff return. This is going to be a botched play here. Can they get one in the end zone? No. So only 6 on the board. And the Jaguars strike first. 12:48 to go here in the first quarter. You are watching SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage, SCFA Football Week 2. Back in a moment. So just like that, 12:48 to go here in the first quarter, and 6-0 already. Jaguars on top of the Vaqueros. The home opener for Glendale College. That one will go into the end zone.
The kickoff in and out of the end zone. It's an automatic touchback. 1st and 10 for the Vaqueros.
Well, Bonds last week, 16 completions, but for just 88 yards.
Yeah.
Talked about the somewhat conservative play calling at this point for Bonds, but it's still early here at this point, but you have to imagine at some point they're going to open it up a little bit. Bonds go a little bit downfield and see what happens.
Yeah, a bit of patchwork on the offensive line. That's what they're worried about, buying time for Bonds, and this is going to be 5 likely in favor of the Vaqueros.
I tell them, might have been
Offside.
Andrew Raff.
71.
Nope.
5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, since I had the name wrong, let me get the name right.
Penalty moves the
Anthony
ball to
Clayton.
the 30-yard line. 1st down and 5.
Off a little quickly, and that sets up a 1st and 5.
Spread the word, everybody. www.socalcollegesports.com, streaming live, and you can also catch the archived copy of this game on our website and our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. So 1st and 5. Comes Torres out of the backfield. Bonds is going to keep it himself, and he's going to get absolutely wrecked in the middle.
Yeah, the Jaguars coming on the blitz. Nice job staying in their lanes.
Yeah, it looked like Stephen Mason first to get there.
Yeah, got a little help.
2nd down and 6.
Well, so much for getting our first work at Joshua Cartwright. They didn't even need him for the first 6.
Still coming. We'll see him before it's all said and done.
Coming to a football field near your broadcast. So 2nd and 6 now after 1-yard loss. Bonds back to pass. Here comes a flag. It's going to be a hold. Bonds will tuck and run for 1st down, but flag on the field, and is going to be holding against the Vaqueros.
Indication is holding against the Vaqueros.
Yeah, referee Tony Bernard. The call.
Yeah, the top 3 teams coming in, according to a lot of the coaches in the preseason, in the American Conference, Southwestern, LA Valley, and ELAC.
10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
So back them up 10, 2nd 16 coming up.
And that only heightens the meaning of this game if you're Southwestern with a lot of high hopes for this season.
Yeah.
And you certainly don't want to fumble here, if you will, and get off to that 0-2 start and really dig yourself a hole to try and come back from.
Well, the Vaqueros' very game last week en route to the loss. Bit of a hole right here early on, already trailing it by 6. Bonds rolling to his right, has some room. A lot of pressure. He's sacked. The ball comes out. They're going to say this is an incomplete pass.
Well, that was very close. Mason with the pressure from the blind side and showing some athleticism, tracking down Bonds.
Yeah, he got there in a hurry.
You know, Mike, you mentioned the patchwork offensive line, and it looks to me on the first couple series that Bonds is very aware of that. You're seeing kind of the happy feet of a quarterback that's not anticipating that he's got a lot of time to get the ball out. And that time he was exactly right.
Yeah.
He vacated the pocket, but that's certainly a problem sign early for Glendale.
Trying to move the pocket right now. Bonds, 3rd and long, and here comes Southwestern on the blitz. It's going to get there. Another sack.
Yeah, they blitzed every down on that drive, and that time it was Sergio Ayon getting there for the sack.
Well, John Rome talked about, a lot of times they're going to be in max protection, and even then, Southwestern with the ability to get there. And you just look at a guy like Stephen Mason. Mason's 6'2", 215, only a freshman, but he is an absolute beast. And actually, Mason is 6'8", 250.
Petty looks like he'll get an opportunity here from about midfield.
So Petty back again. Take it at the 45.
At the 45-yard line.
Makes a move to his left side, steps a defender, still on his feet, turns on the Jets, hesitation, and goes to the far side. Takes it out of bounds in Vaquero territory at the 40.
You get a sense of what we were talking about with Petty and his explosiveness. That was pretty good coverage, and it was still a 15-yard return. A nice job by the Vaqueros, staying in their lanes and forcing him to be outside and eventually out of bounds. Still able to pick up 15. field now for the Jaguars.
And now we do get our first look at starting quarterback Joshua Cartwright. Handoff inside. Not going to go for much. It's a good response by the defensive unit on the first defensive play of the game for the Vaqueros.
Yeah, Isaiah Strayhorn gets the call on the first carry. Strayhorn, limited success last week. In fact, for the Jaguars, limited success in the running game overall. Strayhorn held to just 22 yards. It's mainly Cartwright through the air.
Here comes a pitch. Strayhorn again, and he is going to be absolutely wrecked. Very minimal gain.
Well,
big collision, and there's a Vaquero down on the turf.
You know, sometimes a play like that can change momentum a little bit, fire up the team on the sidelines. That was a big hit right in front of the Glendale bench.
See if we can catch the replay here.
Sets up a 3rd and long.
And we'll see the collision on the replay, and it was pretty fierce.
Yeah, great job stringing out the play and then lowering the boom.
Yeah, it's a great job by Strayhorn hanging on to the football there. But we do have a player down for the Vaqueros, and looks like he got his bell rung. The player down right now, it's Rashad Isagiri.
Good sign as he'll walk off under his own power.
For Glendale, number 32, co-captain Rashad Isagiri.
Isagiri, the co-captain, so the leadership, part of the leadership. Off of the field, he's likely going to be evaluated for concussion. Obviously, head injuries, a big focal point at every level of football.
Keep your eye on this play on a 3rd and 7 on Nick Sexton in the slot. At the top of your screen, now in motion.
Sexton with a big week last week, 2 touchdowns, double reverse. And see if they can make a play. They do on the outside. This is Trace Cawley, and Cawley's going to have first down yardage and a little bit more inside the 25.
Yeah, Cawley's out there one-on-one. He's got to beat the defender to pick up the first down. He makes a good move and is able to pick up 12 yards and move it inside the 30 to the 23-yard line.
25 to the 23-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Jaguars.
So a new set of downs here. Early movement from the Jaguars. This is going to be 5 going the other way. Back them up.
Yeah, trying to pick up the pace. Go no huddle.
5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Matt, where can we watch it? Let's see the lower third here. Spread the word, everybody. You got some friends, you got some family. Might be interested in watching this game live. From Sartorius Field on the campus of Glendale College, Southwestern, the Jaguars, and the Glendale College Vaqueros, Week 2 of SCFA football. Cartwright in the shotgun, under 10 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Pop flies it near side. This is an interception written all over it and unable to get there in time. Cameron Spencer, the DB.
Yeah, he was looking for Stokes, but the coverage was outstanding by Spencer. So much so that, as you alluded to, Spencer the only one who had a chance at it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good coverage when you're the defender and you're the only one that has a chance at it.
Jackie Gully going to come off, and Jackie Gully, one of the players of note on film that really stood out to Coach Carberry for Southwestern. So that's a guy that we have to watch. Strayhorn, good run. Makes a man miss, makes several men miss, and he's got a 7-yard carry.
Second down. It is short of the first down.
They're going to give him 6 and call it now a 3rd down and 4.
Alton Phillips.
Or check that. Well, it was more than that, actually.
Oh, yeah, because the
11-yard carry.
Seemed a little short for 6 yards. I was like, well,
I was just like, didn't they back him up 5?
Yeah. Like that was.
Hey, look, it's early in the season. We're trying to get our bearings, too.
That was the longest 6-yard run I've ever seen in my life. Like, well.
Strayhorn's going to have the game of his life.
3rd down and 4.
A jumbo package here.
Number 9, Joshua Cartwright.
Strayhorn once more into the breach, and I don't know if he got there, Stoy.
Yeah, it's a nice job picking his way forward. There wasn't a whole lot there for Strayhorn. It looks like he got a pretty good spot, but he's about a foot short. Well, you just had about 3.5 yards. You got to believe they're going to go for it, and they will line up to do that. Cartwright wants a quick snap.
Here they go, and Strayhorn's going to get there, I believe.
Yeah, if they
fell
give him
forward.
And momentum, and looks like he's got it. by about a yard, went back to the same play or something very similar right over his left tackle.
We'll have some scores for you throughout the SCFA today. Big game in Covina. Ventura at Mount Sac.
Going to overload the short side here.
Cartwright rolling out to his right. Has a man. Touchdown, Jaguars. That was Justin Daughtery. See the replay here. That's just a terrific effort by Cartwright.
Yeah, this is sort of a designed waggle here. They're going to send a couple of receivers running the same side across.
Jaguars for the
as Cartwright rolls out, and he goes to the short man, Daughtery, and finds him in the end zone for the touchdown.
They're going to go for two. Was their early movement.
Official stop play at the snap.
Timeout by the official before the snap, so we'll do the two-point conversion yet again. It's 12-0. Second touchdown on the day, this time from Cartwright to Daughtery.
Jaguars take advantage of a short field going just 40 yards. There's a touchdown there, Michael, that's really set up by the defense. Good job with a couple of sacks, pinning the Vaqueros deep.
Strayhorn inside. He's going to get in.
Good.
So the two-point conversion good there. 14-0. 8:14 to go in the first quarter. You are watching SCFA football Week 2 coverage here on SoCal College Sports.
Southwestern 14. Glendale.
14-0. Jaguars on top of the Vaqueros. And here's a big hole and a big hit on Daniel Torres.
Yeah, Royce Norton
45.
brought that return to a sudden and swift end, but a good hole for Torres. And good field position again out past the 30 if you're Glendale. And right now, the Vaqueros up against it, and a big play on special teams might be just what the doctor ordered, but they need something to turn the momentum here early.
Well, right now the Vaqueros really going east and west. They need to go north and south here. Let's see what they can dial up. A couple plays that were very effective for them last week versus Golden West, the wheel route out of the backfield. Quick bubble screen near side. This one complete. That's a face mask.
Yep.
That's right in front of the referee. Where's the flag?
Kobo's on the reception, and it certainly was right in front of us. And now they're gonna. It is looking like they're signaling the personal foul. So
okay, so there's
back on 15.
Maybe he just dropped the flag. He didn't throw it in the air.
Yeah, Christian.
But indeed, we're going 15 to the left on your screen.
Well, that'll bring it out to midfield.
84, Jonathan Kobos. The indication against the Jaguars.
So Kobos with the reception.
The ball's officially marked at the midfield stripe.
So only a 3-yard gain, but tack on another 15, and we're at midfield. This one out to Meza. Meza not going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard.
Sorry about that, Michael. Andrew Raff, their terrific athleticism from his defensive line spot, able to get out there and trip up Mesa before he can find the corner.
Second down 11, Glendale 49.
Andrew Raft. Be great if his nickname was Rafter Man.
He might be a little young for that, though we appreciate it.
We do. Bonds in the shotgun again. Quick strike near side, and that one nearly picked off. Jalen Nelson had a beat on it, and he was thinking 6.
Well, we saw Jalen Watson last week in the Ventura game reading that very same type of route, and you see Nelson there with his eyes in the backfield. He's on Bonds. And as soon as that ball is thrown, he's breaking, and he had both mitts on it.
Yeah, let's see the replay there on camera 2. If he gets there, yeah, you see. Back to live coverage.
There's Wilson in motion.
3rd and 11, near midfield. Bonds is going to go down in a heap. He is game tackled. Is that Mason again?
Raff was in on it as well. And, you know, Michael, there's very little that Bonds can do. He finishes about a 5-step drop there. He's already running for his life.
Yeah.
The pressure is coming, and you have to give the Jaguars an awful lot of credit with their ability to create pressure here early. It's been the difference defensively.
Yeah, the 5-step drops, 7-step drops don't look like they're going to work tonight. They're going to have to dial something up. This max protection package not working. 4th and 12. Here comes the punting unit.
3rd time we've seen Petty back already.
Petty's already taken 175 yards to the house. Fair catch here at the 15. Bobbles the ball. The ball goes out of bounds, it looked like.
Still no signal. Yeah. And they're going to say the Jaguars managed to get it back.
Yeah, I think they're going to signal that the Jaguars were able to have that ball go out of bounds.
Jaguars retain possession.
Yes.
Off of Petty. So Petty muffs it, but he gets away with it. So the Jaguars will have possession. Let's see if the Vaqueros can respond defensively as the offense continues to struggle here in 2017.
Football at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for Southwestern at their own 11.
I'm going to go ahead and say here, even midway through the first quarter, this is a must-stop. If you're
Absolutely.
the Vaqueros, you need to come up with something here. You've got the field position in your favor.
First down, inside handoff.
Strayhorn again.
Close to the 15.
Nice job plugging things up front.
That was not Strayhorn.
Gutierrez on the stop.
That was Ryan Wilkins,
Wilkins
with the carry.
Actually led the Jaguars in rushing last week with 54 yards, even though Strayhorn had more carries.
2nd down and 8.
Man in motion. This is Petty. Petty not going to go anywhere, and that is great diagnosis by the defense for the Vaqueros.
Well, you can't really blame the Vaqueros if they have their eyes on Petty from what they've seen in the first quarter when he checks in. Keep an eye on that guy.
I mean, it almost looked like a jet sweep, but the play just took too long to develop for Southwestern, and now it's 3rd and long here, and a chance for the Vaqueros to get off the field on defense. 5:27 to go here in the first quarter. Cartwright, shotgun. Pop flies it near side, has a man off of the fingertips pass intended for Ryan Stokes.
Spencer on the coverage again, and Spencer might have gotten away with a little something there. There was a little bit of jostling on the way out. I thought a little bit of contact on the arms of Stokes, but a good no call, I think, both guys.
Yeah, good two-way action now. I think that's a great call here, Jeffrey.
Stokes flashes good speed. I think Spencer's got a job in front of him tonight. That's the 2nd time here in the first quarter that they've gone deep to Stokes. So.
And the ball was there. That's one that Stokes has to make a play on. This one not fair caught, rather. Yeah. And that's a very good catch
like
on the deck. Joseph Vega.
I believe it's Delgado, but I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, it looked like Vega almost lost his head. 29, it looked like.
Yeah, it was a dangerous play to come up and field that ball, but a good play. As they let that one bounce, and you might see 10, 15 yards on the tail end of that kick. Instead, Glendale takes over at the 48-yard line of Southwestern. So a short field here for the Vaqueros and a chance to maybe make something happen here late in the first.
Southwestern showing blitz, and here it comes. Meza not doing much there.
Well, he's hitting the backfield. As soon as he gets the ball, Ion again.
A 1-yard loss.
In there.
Just inside Southwestern territory. 2nd down and 11.
It was Quinones who had his arms on him first, and Meza was able to slip that tackle, but then ran directly into Ion and still lost a yard.
Chambers empty on the scoreboard here for Glendale, trying to change the script. 4:36 to go in the first quarter. Trailing by a couple touchdowns to Southwestern. Both teams looking for the first win on the season. Bonds with a little time completes near side. I believe there was a bobble, but a catch.
Wilson.
That's going to be made by Dominic Wilson.
Dominic Wilson was the leading receiver last week for Glendale, and he's a guy that they have to get involved if they want to put some points on the board. Downfield threat.
And the player that I would really like to key in on here is Randall Mincy. He's a big body, he's the tight end, but man, I saw him in practice this week, and the kid can move.
And he's lined up just over the left tackle now. In motion is Mincy.
3rd and a long 5 here coming up. Bonds. There's a lot of contact there. Flag on the field, and this is likely either going to be holding or PI. I think this is going to go in favor of the Vaqueros.
Yeah, Ethan Williams trying to jump that route, but he does it by jumping on Tyree O'Neal a little early.
Yeah, it looked like he went for the old leapfrog move. That's going to get flagged every time when the ball's in the air.
That's a good job by Tyree O'Neal using his frame. Wards off Williams. Doesn't give Williams a lot of choice there. He's going to make a play on the ball.
Spot fouls, new set of downs here for the Vaqueros, and some life on this drive.
Second time they've received a first down via the penalty here in the first quarter. So the Jaguars helping them out a little bit, see if the Vaqueros can take advantage.
And if the offensive line can just buy Bonds a little bit of time. Hand off inside, Meza gets wrapped up, and that's a terrific tackle with penetration. Anthony Clayton for Southwestern.
Anthony Clayton.
Yeah, Clayton just able to beat his man there. Wraps up Meza. And one way that you can give Bonds a little bit of time is by establishing the running game, and that's what Glendale, to their credit, has tried to do here in the first quarter. But the sledding has been very tough against this Southwestern front seven.
3 wide receivers on second down.
3 wide.
From the shotgun.
Man out of the backfield. This is Meza. Pass is complete. There's a flag on the field. It's in the area where you would suspect a hold would be called. But let's see about the flag.
Kelly Lockhart able to finally force him out of bounds.
And I believe this is a block below the knees. Going to go against the Vaqueros.
Well, much as the Vaqueros are helped significantly by any penalties they can pick up from the Jaguars, they are hurt immeasurably by penalties themselves, as much trouble as they're having sustaining a drive, and this will back them up significantly.
Well, you have to be impressed with the way that Southwestern has really come out. You know, after that first game and the loss to Palomar, Coach Carberry, you know, in the locker room after the game, he asked the entirety of the team, raise your hand or stand up if this is your first football game at the college level. 90% of the team stood up. This is going to be a free 5 in favor, free play. That one incomplete, but...
Well, they're listening to you. The pass was intended for Mincy, but the coverage pretty good.
Well, Mincy's been too busy staying behind in protection of Bonds. They finally unleash him. That one incomplete.
Yeah, he's got the linebacker Sergio Ion on him.
And that's a bad matchup considering the measurables of Mincy. 6'3", 235, and he can run like a deer.
Yeah, it looks like he outsizes Ion.
Second down, 22.
More so than anything.
Good hard count from Bonds. He's really keeping this defensive line honest. And that's just a heady move there, a veteran move by Bonds, the freshman. Bonds has a man pick up a block, and no holding going to be called that time. Pass intended for Tyree O'Neal.
Yeah, Williams with excellent coverage.
Tyree O'Neal, the intended receiver.
Bonds tried to slide one in there, but a very tight window, and now a third and forever.
Down, 22.
And I think at this point here, Michael, this is where I think you have to be very careful if you're Glendale. Don't be afraid to play a little field position here. Third and 22 is not going to be easy to pick up. You never know what might happen, but try and pick up a little bit of yardage. Maybe pin him deep again, see if you can make something happen defensively.
Yeah, it's third and the 134 right now. 2:50 to go here in the first quarter. The Vaqueros trying to muster something together here on offense. There goes Meza out in a route. Bonds, nothing there. He's going to be sacked for a 1-yard loss.
Did a job just to get back to the line.
Really did. Ricky Barfield, first man there.
It'll bring up fourth down.
So the punting unit going to get some run here. Well, last week, Antelope Valley College of the Kings in the crossover game, neither punter saw the field in the first half. That script changed en route to the win for College of the Canyons, but that was a very fun game to watch the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, we have potentially some fun offenses to cover this season.
We really do.
I think
Seltzer's punt.
Ventura's usually a good time. We'll have a lot of their games this
season. They put up quite a number last week versus Santa Barbara, but they have a new offensive coordinator this year. Offensive coordinator for the past couple of years, Daniel Algadas, got the head coaching job at San Bernardino Valley. And they dropped their week 1 opener to Mount Sac, and of course, some history there. That was some history there. Algadas used to be the offensive coordinator for the Mounties.
Strayhorn returns behind Cartwright.
1st and 10 from the 20.
Cartwright taking his time, has a man. They set up the screen. This one's set up perfectly. It's going to be near first down yardage, gain of 9 on the play.
Mack on the reception.
Chris Mack, 6'2", sophomore wide receiver from Culver City on the reception.
That's a well-designed play there, just a quick screen out to Mack. Let him pick his way forward.
That's very well executed. Bunched up receivers near side. It's going to go to Strayhorn. Strayhorn is going to be near the first down. Did he get it? He's right at the sticks.
Nice job by Cody Taniguchi. They're coming up from his defensive back spot, forcing that play back to the inside. That was well defensed.
Yeah, Taniguchi, the leading tackler last week versus Golden West, really stood out in film as well. According to Coach Carberry, in our conversation earlier today, they moved the chain gang, new set of downs here for Southwestern. Cartwright with some time. Pass is off of the hands intended for Mack again.
Yeah, Mack probably should have come up with that ball through his hands, and Southwestern dodges a little bullet there as that one was hanging around in the secondary of Glendale.
Yeah, Cartwright, a bounce back from Florida Atlantic. In fact, he went to Florida Atlantic out of high school. Didn't like the situation there, came back, and he was the odd man out after Lane Kiffin got the job there. And wants to try his hand. And he's going to have a touchdown to his credit, number 2 on the day, taking it to the house. Guess who? Mack. Chris Mack.
Well, hold everything here. Is there a flag down on the play?
Oh, there is some laundry on the field, so hold everything. Who's this going to go against?
That was a terrific job as we take a look at the replay. How about Mack just tiptoeing the sideline on the far side? But you might see an illegal block of some kind here that might have freed Mack up.
During the play, holding, offense number 7.
So this one coming back.
Penalty, replay 2nd down.
This is going to be at the spot of the foul. They're going to say that this occurred at the 39, so take 6 off the board.
Well, we said that we were likely to call Nick Sexton's name, and unfortunately for Southwestern, this is the time that we're doing it. It was Sexton with an illegal block, a hole downfield, trying to spring Mack, and that brings back the touchdown and a break there for Glendale to be sure.
Well, he was looking for a bit of a veteran move there, trying to get away with something and unable to do so. So bring it back. 2nd and 12 now coming up for the Jaguars. Cartwright with some time. Throws a man open. This is Sexton. We have early movement. Well, early movement, or do we just have a stoppage in play from the officials? And indeed, early movement is the call, going to go against Southwestern. So 2nd and 17 now as the sun starts to set here at Sartoris Field. Beautiful night here for football.
The mark is the 24-yard line.
It will be. Now it's just as spectacular but kind of hot very late afternoon.
It was worse last week.
Yes, it was.
I was up in Lancaster.
Well,
luckily, they have a refrigerator for a press box. 2nd and 17. Cartwright going to tuck it and run. No, going to go short, and this one tapped out of bounds.
Quarterback Joshua Cartwright on the
Well,
run.
Cartwright, not necessarily considered a dual threat quarterback, but can hurt you with his feet if need be. We see the speed that time and the burst, but he elects to pass the ball. That pass intended for Peyton Hazuga.
You can always tell a passer to dead giveaway when they're scrambling and they're still looking downfield, and that's what you saw there from Cartwright. A little bit of open field in front of him, but he wants to pass the ball.
So 3rd and 15.
Meanwhile, it's a terrific play by Reyes, getting his hands up there in the passing lane and able to knock that ball down.
Cartwright with some time, looking up the seam. This one's going to be picked off.
This is Reyes.
Reyes looking for some offense of his own, has it inside the 30-yard line. He'll be down at the 28. The Vaqueros in business here, looking for their first points on the day. We're under a minute to go in the first quarter.
Just what you wanted if you're a Vaquero fan here. It's been largely one-sided in favor of Southwestern, but you need a big play, create a short field. And Cartwright there, I think that's a ball he'd just like to have back, Michael. He had plenty of time to throw, just overshot Sexton by a good 5 to 10 yards. Easy pitch and catch for Reyes, who's playing center field. Comes down with that ball, creates the short field. Now the Vaqueros got to make something happen offensively.
That's the first turnover of the season for Southwestern. They did not turn it over last week en route to the loss versus Palomar. But some of the notes before the game from Coach Carberry: be smart with the ball, don't do anything goofy, and stay within yourself. And that time Cartwright didn't follow the bullet points and turned it over.
Yeah, that's especially true when you've got an early 14-0 lead. But Cartwright trying to make something happen there, and instead finds Reyes in the turnover, but the defense picking him up early as Bonds once again nowhere to go with the football.
You think Cartwright told the offensive coordinator? He hasn't seen my heat.
He did want to announce his presence with authority.
Oh, he announced it with a pick.
Here, late in the first.
As the clock ticks down here in the first quarter, about a 4-second differential. Let's see if Bonds elects to just have this run out.
Looks like they're going to try and run one more. They do.
So Bonds, pass far side complete, but this is going to be for about 4 yards. Get it back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe 5, and that'll do it for the first quarter. 14-0 Southwestern. Very impressive on special teams, and Cartwright with the score earlier. You are watching SCFA Football Week 2 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Down and 10 from the Southwestern 28-yard line for Glendale as we begin the second quarter. 14-0. Southwestern on top. Courtesy a touchdown pass. Cartwright to Daughtery, and a long return by Petty, a 75-yard return. So big plays offensively, defensively on special teams for Southwestern, but Glendale with an opportunity in Jaguar territory. Here's the snap, straight drop from Bonds. The pressure coming, steps up, still free, fires into the end zone, catch is made! Touchdown, Glendale!
Flag on the field.
Mincy with the reception, but let's see what the flag is. Back where you might see a hold, and indeed, that is the call, so take the touchdown off the board.
Well, it's great for the highlight reel.
Yeah, a chance there for
the penalty against the Vaqueros negates the touchdown.
You to be particularly prescient once again, as Mincy was the intended target. And you get the sense here as we await a 3rd and 20 now after the penalty is marked off that may be what Glendale needs, is Bonds to buy a little extra time, maybe a little bit of a broken play type of situation. See if he can find a guy downfield, but he's got to get past that first wave where the pressure is coming from that Southwestern front four. 3rd down and 20. Bonds with a straight drop. Pressure again. Tries to dump it short. He is crunched. Is Bonds in the backfield.
Yeah, Bonds frustrated. Just no time to make something happen here offensively. Bonds visibly upset. Well,
Jenkin Autel bringing the pressure.
On the pursuit. 4th down from the 38.
How about that dime from Bonds to Mincy, though? And Mincy, what a catch. And it just makes you think what could have been.
Yeah, and Mincy able to get behind the defender as Bonds extended the play.
And he made a play on the ball. He had to adjust his body, come back to it, make the catch. An incredible effort, but all for naught because of the penalty. But signs of life from the offense. Short kick.
Seltzer with the pooch punt. Petty is going to let that one bounce. It takes a Southwestern bounce back to about the 18-yard line. So a short kick, but the Jaguars with a long field, as they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 18. Glendale nearly strikes pay dirt, but the penalty erases the touchdown pass, and we stay at a score of 14-0.
And remember, everybody, you can watch us live, www.socalcollegesports.com. You can also catch us on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. If you have a YouTube app, if you have an Apple TV or an Xbox One, go to the YouTube app, input SoCal College Sports 1. You can catch this broadcast, upscale it to 1080p.
Ryan Wilkins in the backfield. New quarterback as well. Wilkins off tackle. Hard running out past the 20 to the 24-yard line. A 6-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 4. The new quarterback, Armani Jones-Saylor. This, you would assume, is by design. Jones-Saylor took over in the 2nd quarter in the opening week as well for a couple of series.
Yeah, he had a few reps last week. Very important for Coach Carberry to make sure that he has somebody with reps in the season in case there's an injury at quarterback.
Wilkins cutting back at the 25. He's out to the 29, so 2 carries and a fresh set of downs for the Jaguars. They have it out to the 30-yard line. Well, that's about the best running we've seen from either team thus far. As Wilkins with a couple of carries picks up 12 yards. Noah Jeffers, meanwhile, checks in the game at tight end. Keep it on the ground with Wilkins trying to pick his way forward. Gained a couple of yards before he stood up.
First down. Ryan Wilkins, the ball carrier.
So 3 straight carries for Wilkins. Maybe they're giving him the Curtis Martin treatment. For some reason, Parcells became very upset with Curtis Martin in his rookie season, or maybe just wanted to teach him a lesson about conditioning, and gave him the ball on about 10 straight plays on a drive. Just to poor Curtis Martin was really struggling by the end.
I think it worked out okay for him. Mack
on the reception, and he tiptoes forward down the near side out to the 45-yard line. A first down again. The Jaguars start to methodically move the ball down the field.
Second time tonight that you've seen Mack tiptoe the sideline. Very nimble on his feet. Probably looks pretty good in a Zumba class.
Don't tell anyone he said that.
He'll find out eventually.
Quick pitch to Wilkins, slips a tackle at the line of scrimmage and dives forward to the 49. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 6.
Vaquero on the field.
Meanwhile, we have an injured player down on the field.
Matt, can you bring back the slider here? I want to say there was some extracurricular from either number 70 in white.
Yeah, it definitely went down after the play.
Yeah, maybe a delayed reaction
to something that might have happened or transpired during the play. Obviously, we don't want to speculate too much on that. Meanwhile, it's a 2nd and 7. We'll have a brief stoppage in play here as they take a look at an injured player for Glendale. We'll step aside. You're watching SCFA football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Second down and 7.
And a short 7.
Armani Jones-Saylor at the controls. Wilkins running right, cuts it back. He's into Glendale territory at the 47-yard line. A pickup of 4, and it brings up a big 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, this is probably 4-down territory considering where you're at on the field.
Well, and the confidence that you must have if you're Southwestern about the way their defense has played thus far, if you're ever willing to give up a potential short field. This is a situation where you have to be extremely confident if you're on the sideline of Southwestern, based on what you've seen so far. They'll take a timeout.
Glendale College.
So Glendale wants a timeout to take it over on a 3rd and short. We'll step aside once again. You're watching Glendale College football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Down and 2 upcoming for the Jaguars. The football resting on the Glendale 47-yard line.
Coming out of the timeout, 3rd
Jones
down.
Saylor.
And a short 2.
Flanked by Wilkins. Wilkins straight ahead, lowers the shoulder, and the second effort will get the first down, a gain of about 3. Needed 2.
Straight up the middle. Appears to be good enough for the first down.
So Southwestern converts on 3rd down. The drive stays alive. 12-10 and counting remaining in the first half. Southwestern with the 14-0 lead.
55 Nwankwo on the stop. 1st and 10 after the carry.
Pistol formation
By Ryan Wilkins.
Jones Saylor has the snap, design, roll, fires it on the near side.
Bounced it off the turf.
Looking for Chris Mack again. Mack has been his favorite target here in the first half.
Receiver.
It's easy to see why.
Yeah. A guy with great speed who can break a big play on a short pass. Sure, what's not to like? 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Jaguars come out, receivers left and right for this 2nd and 10 play. Bubble screen outside and a minimal gain. The ball's
out.
Loose at the end, but they're going to say the ground caused the fumble.
Ball was loose after the play. Ruled down.
Patrick Jean Charles.
Forward progress into the 43-yard line.
With the reception. Was it 1 or 2?
I want to say it was 2.
Might have been Trace Cawley.
Yeah.
Trying to sort out who the pass was to on the far side. And listen, this is where I count on you, Mike. You got the better eyes.
8 to go.
3rd down and 8 from the 43.
Hey, I was looking up scores for you.
Send the man in motion. Jones Saylor looks like it might have been a broken play. Meanwhile, the ball pops loose late. No signal yet.
Ball
and
on
it
the deck.
belongs to Glendale. So Southwestern coughs it up. It's their 2nd turnover here in the ball game, and another short field coming up for Glendale. Take a look very quickly at the tail end on the replay.
That's a great shot.
Ball became loose for quarterback Armani Jones Saylor.
Matt, can we bring back the slider on replay, Joe? I want to see who caused that.
Vaqueros take over 1st and 10 at their own 46.
So after the turnover, Glendale takes over at their own 46-yard line. Mesa in the backfield with Bonds.
Credited with the recovery for the Vaqueros. 1st and 10.
3 wide receivers bunched to the far side for the Vaqueros. Mincy in motion. The give to Mesa through a good hole, but he's cut down at the 49 after a gain of 3. Brief daylight for Mesa.
That's an impressive play made by Ricky Barfield, because Barfield's shoestring tackle saved a big chunk play.
Yeah, Barfield moving up from his safety spot, and Mesa's looking at about 15 or 20 yards there, I think, if he can slip by.
Easily.
3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7. Wilson split out to the right, O'Neal to the left. Bonds with the quick pitch, back to Mesa, trying the corner. Slips out of one tackle, into Jaguar territory before he's hit at the 46.
Hit made by Austin Fuga.
5-yard gain. Another big 3rd and 2, this one for Glendale.
And this likely also 4th down territory.
Yeah, you have to think, if you are the Glendale College Vaqueros here, you're going to have to take some chances.
Well, you need some points and you need some momentum at home. And, well,
Torres checks into the game in the backfield. They continue on with 3 wide receivers. Bonds looks over the Jaguar defense on 3rd and 2. And now a timeout taken. This will be the second charge timeout for Glendale. So Glendale with one timeout remaining here in the first half. 9:55 to go here in the second quarter. 14-0 Southwestern on top on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
And Jeff, I'd like to take a minute here to talk about some special thanks. Obviously, we'll get to them at the end of the broadcast, but really able to make this happen for us this week, the internet situation here up in the booth. Dave Matthews in the IT department helping out here with SoCalCollegeSports.com. We had a couple of visits this week to sort out the situation and connecting to the network, and Dave Matthews was very gracious in allowing us to come up here and patching us into the network. Also had Carlos in IT to help us out as well. But Dave Matthews, a big integral part in making this broadcast possible and allowing us to provide coverage of Glendale College football.
Yeah, we don't want to get too technical here, but if there's no internet connection, there's no game. Well, maybe not no game, but there's no stream. I think they'll still play the game. Wilson in motion on 3rd and 2. Torres gets the call. A little move to his left, but he is stood up short of the line. He's not going to get there. No gain on the play, and a 4th down and 2 coming up. Raff able to get in there, along with a little help from Clayton.
Yeah, I think the punting unit's coming out. Bonds is a little dejected, and I can see why. I would have liked to see them maybe try to throw deep there on a play where Southwestern might have not expected that, but instead they go with a run up the middle, goes for no yardage, 4th and 1, a long one coming up, and they're going to punt.
Petty waiting back at his 13-yard line for the kick from Seltzer. Seltzer's had a busy first half. Good snap. Seltzer gets this one away. High kick. Petty wants a fair catch, and he makes it at the 17. So Glendale, for their part, content to continue to play the field position game. They've forced a couple of turnovers, but so far they've been unable to get a whole lot going against this Jaguar defense, in particular the front four, which is really wreaking havoc here in the first half.
Yeah, but really the Vaqueros starting to wreak havoc on their own in that defensive front. They've done a lot of really good things in the last possession. They forced the first turnover of the ball game. See if they can maybe force another turnover, this time deep in Jaguar territory. Second turnover of the game, rather.
Cartwright has returned at the helm for Southwestern. Takes over. Hit in the backfield for a big loss. Not sure that Cartwright and the back, Wilkins, I believe, were on the same page there, but the loss all the way back to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, I think a little miscommunication there between quarterback and running back, and that play gets stuffed. And, well, we talked about the gaining momentum here for the defensive front of Glendale. We see it right there. Good push up front.
Yeah, with Strayhorn, and he's still talking right now with Cartwright. So they're trying to sort it out here. 2nd and 15. Blitz coming. Cartwright with time. Fires on the right side. Has his man. Stokes with the reception. Out at the 19-yard line. That gets 10 of it back and brings up a 3rd down and 5.
You have to really like that tackle. That's Leon Flintroy.
Leon Flintroy on the stop.
So 10-yard gain is going to be a 3rd and a long 5 here coming up.
Ticking down towards 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Here comes 3rd down.
Cartwright working quickly, sends Sexton in motion. On the reverse, Petty trying to dance his way forward. Flags come in. Petty's still on his feet, but he's finally swallowed up after a loss on the play all the way back to the 14. That's a 5-yard loss on the play, brings up 4th down, but let's see what's going on with the flag. And, Mike, I think, again, this is where you might expect to see holding. Petty was trying to keep that play alive.
Yeah, Flintroy very lucky did not pick up a penalty after the play. He was getting into it on the far side with Ryan Stokes.
Yeah, the call will come here from referee Tony Bernard.
Here comes the punting unit.
So a 3-and-out, terrific job by the Vaqueros defensively. You have to admire the way they picked it up. A couple of long drives for Southwestern early, but the Vaqueros have really picked it up defensively here in the second quarter.
You know, and this is a chance now for Michael Bonds to respond. Hey, we bring you out on 4th and 2, not a lot of faith in the offense. You know what? Make something happen here, young man.
Meanwhile, back to receive the punt, Dylan Martinez. Instead, this will bounce in front of Martinez, take a Jaguar bounce out to the 49. Still excellent field position for Glendale as they'll take over in Southwestern territory.
It's a very heady play there from Joseph Vega. He came into the path of the ball and he jumped over it. Very heady play.
Well, you can't help but think that, barring the penalty, the one big play that we've seen from Glendale was a throw downfield to Mincy. A long touchdown pass, and to my memory, that's the one shot downfield that we've seen in this game. I'd like to see Glendale maybe take another shot down the field.
Absolutely.
Of course, if you can generate the time for Bonds to do it, that's the tricky part. As the Jaguars continue to blitz. Bonds on the keeper.
On first down.
Forward to the 47, a gain of just 2. You know, part of what makes Southwestern so successful here in this first half is they've done a great job tackling. Not a lot of missed tackles, and that extra yardage could come in so handy if you're Glendale. But when there's been a little bit of daylight, it's been quickly swallowed up and really good tackling.
Yeah, we saw that tackle, the shoestring tackle by Ricky Barfield, that last possession offensively on the defensive side for Southwestern.
Meza and Torres again will flank Bonds on this 2nd and 8 play.
Bonds directing traffic. Here comes the blitz.
Picked up nicely, but the short pass incomplete. Looking for O'Neal.
Intended for Tyree O'Neal.
You know, and that's a play right there where Bonds is just reading first option. He's got to let the play develop a little bit.
Yeah.
Go to option 2, option 3, because the blitz does get picked up there. That's a very good job by the running backs picking up the extra man.
That's exactly the point there. Of course, I suppose one could hardly blame Bonds if he anticipated that he wasn't going to have a lot of time based on what we've seen so far in the first half. But there, the protection was very good. But O'Neal unable to come up with it, and it's quickly 3rd and 8. They'll spread it out with 4 receivers. Again, Jaguars showing blitz. Here they come. Bonds with trouble with the snap. Throws off the back foot, and it's nearly picked off. Barfield had a real shot at that one, but he couldn't quite close the distance. Bonds just trying to get it out of there, hot potato. And Vaqueros catch a break there that ball's not intercepted. At least now they have the option to play a little bit of field position and bring back out Seltzer for the punt.
Yes, the snap didn't exactly do Bonds any favors. And quick bobble, and just like that, the defensive unit gets there in a hurry. And a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, Sergio Ayon blitzing on just about every play. Pretty much ready to start calling Ayon just a 5th down lineman, the way he's essentially pinning his ears back on every play. Meanwhile, whistles come in before the snap.
Early movement going to go against Glendale. I'd be very interested to know how many first downs we have this half for Glendale. I only count 1. See if I can get some stats here for you.
So the false start penalty brings it back to the 47-yard line.
Well, Jeff, sometimes I amaze even myself. How many first downs for the Vaqueros this half? Only 1.
Yeah, but I'd like to say that I silently agreed with you.
You know, I know you very well.
I was on the same page. I was with you.
And you count much better than I do.
Seltzer gets the punt away. Petty moving forward, takes this one at the 16, tries to spin back to his right, breaks one tackle, but he can't get through the second wave.
That's good pursuit defensively by the special teams on Petty. We know how elusive he can be. Broke one tackle, but the gang got there in a hurry.
Well, you know a guy is pretty exciting when he can make a 2-yard return. Have you on pins and needles seeing what's going to happen.
Officially marked at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Jaguars.
Again, a long field. 18. For Southwestern, they take over at their own 18-yard line. Cartwright at the controls. Strayhorn in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. Cartwright sends a man in motion, a quick pitch. Petty looking for a lane, and he's swallowed up. No gain on the play. In fact, he lost a yard.
It's not even the jet sweep. It's like a jet hot potato.
Yeah, it's like a quick shovel pass is what they're doing forward. And it's just a great job, I think, by the Vaqueros. I think a lot of credit there. Great job staying at home against the very speedy and elusive Adrian Petty.
There's a flag on the field.
And Gully on the stop.
Gully in on the stop. And this one going to work against Southwestern. So after a 2-yard loss,
appears to be
instead we'll mark off the penalty.
Against Southwestern, that's a 5-yard play.
No.
Necessary roughness
It's half the distance to the goal line. This is a personal foul, so after the play, they'll mark off the yardage all the way back to about the 8-yard line.
Norris Scholl,
The 8-yard line.
the offending player.
So 2nd down and 20 coming up
Second down.
for Southwestern. And all of a sudden, the Jaguars have been stifled offensively. Haven't been able to get anything going here in the second quarter. Cartwright directing traffic. Has the snap. Delayed handoff to Wilkins. Spins his way forward for a modest gain out to about the 10. A pickup of a couple. And a 3rd down and 18 coming up.
Yeah, this is a team that can put up points in a hurry. We saw that last week versus Palomar. They put 31 on the board. 21 of those came in the second quarter.
Ryan Wilkins carries.
Well, it looked like we were heading for a similar type performance here with the very fast start for the Jaguars.
What did Coach Carberry say? This Glendale bunch is a very scrappy unit, and we're seeing every bit of it.
Cartwright,
And
flags come in.
Again at the snap.
False start.
It's a false start. 5 yards will be marked off, and 3rd and 18 becomes 3rd and 23.
Told you were a numbers guy.
Yeah, that was a quick addition there. I mean, I had to think on that one.
Finally moves the ball back to the 5-yard line.
All these numbers to keep track of. 5:35 and counting. Remaining in the first half, 3rd and 23 from the Jaguar 5. Blitz coming. Plenty of time for Cartwright. Pass intended for Mack, just overthrown.
Cameron Spencer with the coverage, and you have to really give that young man a lot of credit. Was able to get his head around. Good pursuit, was there in time, and now an opportunity for the defense or even special teams to come with it.
Already seen Glendale with a couple of short fields. But you have to hope if you're a Vaquero fan here that if you can keep winning the field position game, something's going to break.
Well, you have to buy Bonds time to make a play.
Dean Smith back in punt formation, gets this one away. And that one is off of a Glendale player. It looked like to me, but either way, it's out of bounds.
It's
so
off
it
of
doesn't
Spencer.
matter.
We have a man down for the Vaqueros.
35-yard line.
Vaquero player is down at the 24-yard line. The kick, meanwhile, ends up going out of bounds at the 38, so the Vaqueros will take over with outstanding field position. But we'll step aside for a brief injury timeout here. 5:15 remaining in the first half. You're watching Glendale College football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
At the Coliseum, approaching halftime. USC 28, Stanford 17.
Open it and still store.
Well, we have a break in action here. Injury timeout. We'll try to lighten up the moment. A little trivia coming at you. Stoy's Trivia Hour, or Trivia Quarter, however you want to name it.
Georgia 10, third quarter.
It's Stoy's Trivia Challenge. Going with this one. We did this one last week, but we're bringing it back here by a popular demand here. And by popular, I mean my demand. NFL history for you. Name the first player to
Rush for 2,000 yards in a single season.
catch 20 touchdown passes in a single season. Pass for 4,000 yards in a single season.
The first.
Name the first defensive player to win the NFL MVP. And finally, name the first player to win the Heisman Trophy and a Super Bowl MVP. So we'll bring it back to live action. Let's just start to chew on those, and I'm talking to you, Michael. Let's hear your answers.
I think I have one of them for sure.
1st and 10 from the 33-yard line of Southwestern. Bonds with dual setbacks. Straight drop. Has time. Looking deep over the middle. The pass knocked in the air and almost intercepted. Looking for Mincy down the middle.
Pass was incomplete.
Let's look at the replay here. We'll go to the field camera. Bring back the slider here. Bring back.
Nearly intercepted.
No, the other way.
Complete from the 38, 2nd down and 10.
And it looked like Telly Lockhart had
Live
the
action
coverage on that play after the terrific protection. Meanwhile, Mesa, with running room on the right side, has near first down yardage down to the 27-yard line. They'll spot it at about the 28. And it appears to me, as I eyeball it, that he has enough for a first down. So a 10-yard run by Mesa gives the Vaqueros their 2nd first down here of the first half.
All right, hey.
See, I built on the statistic that you came up with for us. So the Vaqueros have it inside the 30. First time they've been this deep. Pistol formation. They keep it on the ground with Mesa dancing his way forward. No gain on the play.
To about the line of scrimmage and not much more.
Ion in on the stop.
Cameron Hansen.
Along with Hansen.
Timeout.
2nd down and 10. Now it's Southwestern that will take a timeout. Their first timeout here in the first half. 4:32 remaining in the opening half. 14-0, but Glendale on the move here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
And just a reminder.
Well, if he's watching right now, how about a shout out to Big Show Breeden?
Jody Braden.
Look, it's Big Show. It's not Jody, Jeff. Get it right. I'm just saying. I'm saying that in the words of Big Show.
Yeah, I'm just a details guy. Unfortunately, I can't turn it off. It's true. He prefers Big Show, and that's what it shall be. Here comes Ion on the blitz again. They pick it up. Bonds with time. Fires on the near side. Mincy with a sliding catch.
Near the 11-yard line.
You buy him some time, and good things are going to happen. Let's watch that one more time. That's just a terrific job. Bonds brings it back in traffic. How about that throw?
They'll spot it at the 15.
30 seconds all the way back, replay 2. See if we can see it.
Take one more look at this play from the end zone camera.
Officials call for the timeout.
What a job on the block. And a bullet pass in traffic finds Mincy. Now they'll move it down to the 10. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 10 for the Vaqueros. Trying to get on the board. Torres in the deep eye. Rather, this is Mesa running right. Taken out of bounds by Lockhart after a pickup of about a yard.
Felipe Mesa carries.
2nd down and goal from the 9. Keep an eye on Mincy.
Well, the Vaqueros are in the hotel lobby. Now they just need to make it up to the room.
Where do you go? And I don't think it's too much of a mystery here. They've had the success looking for Mincy as he lines up off tackle on the left side of your screen.
You got Dominic Wilson one-on-one up top. I'd like to see them make a move. This is going to be early movement against the defense most likely.
Let's see the call coming in. Tony Bernard, the referee, will have the call.
Yeah, they're motioning. This is going to go against the defense. And indeed.
Offside. Defense number 91 creating.
Well, again, we saw Bonds utilizing the hard count to his advantage. We see it again right there That's an easy 5 yards, and now you're down at the 5-yard line.
Second down, goal to go from the 5.
.345 and counting remaining here in the first half.
Timeout Southwestern.
And Southwestern will take their second timeout. Both teams down to 1 timeout. 3:42 remaining here in the first half, and the score 14-0.
This one's starting to get interesting here, Jeff. Look early on like Southwestern was going to really pull away early, but credit the defense and the response from the Vaqueros here. They could have easily went away, but they have not given up any points in this quarter. 3:42 to go in the second, and right now the Vaqueros knocking on the door. Spread the word, everybody. www.socalcollegesports.com. You can watch us live right now. You can also watch the archived copy of the game. Go to our YouTube channel. Subscribe, SoCal College Sports 1. Happy you joined us. For the people watching right now, if you have any loved ones, that friends or family of the program that maybe want to watch on either side, feel free to tune in.
The interesting thing about this first half, I think, Michael, is it's an object lesson in the importance of field position in football, because that's where Glendale has really had it their way, and it's difficult to continue to work long fields offensively, and you've seen Southwestern really start to stagnate, constantly starting inside their own 20-yard line.
And Bonds has started to build some rapport. Randall Mincy, and Mincy has made some plays.
Wilson and O'Neal split out to the top of your screen.
Look for Mesa out of the backfield here as well.
And they send Wilson in motion, and we'll have whistles before the snap.
Another official timeout.
Glendale now wants to talk it over. This is starting to feel a little bit like basketball in the final 2 minutes here with a timeout, timeout, timeout. But both teams running out. Glendale, in fact, out of timeouts with 3:42 remaining here in the second quarter.
Well, obviously, I think Glendale saw a matchup that they did not like on that play, so they want to talk things over. And, you know, very important here to get the right play call in to see if you can punch one home, because obviously with no points on the board right now, imperative that you get something up there before you go in at the half.
And, Mike, I think from a Glendale standpoint, I think it's important that you get 6 points here. Obviously a field goal would be nice to get on the board and give you some measure of momentum, but you really want to get 7 here if you can. Cut this lead in half and really get yourself back into this game late in the second quarter. All right, second down and goal from the 5 for the Vaqueros. They'll come out with Mesa in the backfield. Wilson and O'Neal now split out to the right, so Mincy solo on the left at the tight end spot.
Up and out. Look for the fade to the corner here for Mincy.
Here comes Wilson in motion. Bonds has a snap. It's a low snap. It's on the field. Bonds picks it up. He's under pressure. Heaves it into the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Well, not how they drew it up, but credit to Bonds keeping that play alive. He could have easily just fell on the football, but he picks it up. That almost looked like Tony Romo out there.
Mincy, meanwhile, covered by Barfield.
Yeah, I think that's one where Bonds has his feet set. I think that's a touchdown, but now you got another crack at it.
Third down and goal from the 5. Let's see if now Southwestern will take their final timeout, and they will. So both teams out of timeouts. Let's take a short break. 3:36 remaining here in the first half. You're watching Glendale football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Third down and goal from the 5.
Good news is here we won't see any team call another timeout.
He's ready to make that prediction. Ethan Quinn checking into the game. Vaqueros go a little bit bigger up front. Dual tight end set. Bonds On the rollout, under pressure, throws it in the flat, incomplete. Takes a big hit after the throw. No flags. He was looking for Mesa, short of the end zone.
Look at the replay real quick here, Matty. Camera 2. I think that's one that Mesa has to have. I think the throw was there.
Well, they tried to roll him out to give him a little more time, but the pressure came very quickly on Bonds. See, he's in some trouble there. It's a little bit behind him, but Mesa, with an opportunity there. He was a little short of the line, not for sure that he gets in there, even if he makes the catch. Either way, the Vaqueros come up empty. They'll try the field goal, the short field goal, and it doinks off the upright, so the Vaqueros come up empty on a deep penetration into Southwestern territory, and the score remains 14-0.
Very deflating, but the good news is you have a sustained drive there, and the defense is very fresh, and they have been very good here in the second quarter. Can they make a play? Maybe get something across in terms of the defensive side and maybe a touchdown?
Let's remember while we're talking about Glendale here, in this game, one of the touchdowns was on special teams, so the defense has been that much better, really only allowed the one touchdown. They'll bring it out to the 20 after the missed field goal. And that's where Southwestern will take over. Plenty of time, 3:24 remaining, but both teams out of timeouts. Cartwright,
that's a hole.
Straight drop, throws off the back foot, nobody home.
Yeah, this can be a legal man downfield, I think. It's going to go against Southwestern.
Davis, the intended target.
Yeah, Robin Luna. And Ryan Sheriffs, both downfield. That's a no-no.
Well, it looked to me that they were initially trying to set up the screen, but that didn't develop. And let's correct something very quickly. It was Kenton Lewis, the intended target. Incredibly small print on the roster here tonight.
Hey, no, I appreciate the efficiency. You just need thicker glasses.
I really do. I need a thicker set.
Oof.
Strayhorn straight up the gut, out to the 20. Back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
Nice stick tackle there from Vega.
Receivers left and right for Cartwright on 2nd and 10. The blitz coming, Cartwright on the roll. He's going to tuck it and run. He's to the 25. Tries to make a little move at the 30, and he's forced out of bounds right near the first down marker. He's going to come down to the spot.
Yep. Well, not a dual threat typically, but he can hurt you with his feet, and we see it right there. Cartwright taking what the defense gave him, and they gave him a first down.
11-yard run, moves the chains. Pistol formation now as Cartwright looks over the Vaquero defense.
Huge missed opportunity there.
They set up the quick screen on the far side.
Oh.
Dancing and moving, and now with running room on the far side, first down yardage and more. Stokes initially appeared to be hemmed in, but found a little lane.
Yeah,
and gets it out to the 46-yard line, 15-yard gain, first down, Jaguars.
Over pursuit by the defense allowed Stokes to be able to make a play, stay in bounds, and pick him another first down. Now Southwestern, the Jaguars, moving the ball.
Shahid Medyan checks in the slot. Again, they swing it out. They'll try Stokes one more time. Wards off a tackler, out near the first down marker again.
Ryan Stokes once again.
Stokes is a handful after the catch.
The defense really on their heels.
Sorry, Michael. So that one gets it into Glendale territory. 1:53 remaining here in the opening half. This is the best drive for Southwestern since the first quarter.
Jeff, I think right now, the man right now is Chris Mack. You have the defense leaning one way, but early movement. This play is going to be whistled dead. But you're leaning to the right side or to the left side if you're the defense. You're going to set up one-on-one coverage with Mack, and he has been a beast here in the first half.
Yeah, interesting that Sexton not on the field, leading receiver in week 1 for Southwestern. And instead it's Shahid Medyan working in that slot. Canton Lewis, along with Mack, Stokes, and Medyan. 4 wide receivers for Southwestern. Cartwright on a 1st and 15. Scrambling, now throws downfield, nobody home. Overshot Stokes on the far side.
Good defensive pursuit of Cartwright. He was hit as he threw, affected the pass, incomplete.
That brings up 3rd down and 5. I misspoke earlier. The flag went against Glendale. So it's a 3rd down and 5 upcoming for Southwestern.
Halftime in Covina, Mount Sac all over Ventura, 34-7. Antelope Valley with a 7-0 lead over San Diego Mesa. They're in the half.
Cartwright has the snap. 4-man rush. He has time. Now tucks it under. Starts a run. He's near the 1st down marker, down at the 32-yard line.
That's what he needed.
No movement yet. This is very close. He's a little bit short, so 4th and inches upcoming here for Southwestern. Meanwhile, both teams, a reminder, out of timeout, so Southwestern can't stop the clock.
They're going to give him a first.
And that will stop the clock long enough to move the chains.
Good enough for a first down.
Southwestern comes to the line, 1st and 10, 72 seconds remaining here in the first half. They have it at the Glendale 32. Cartwright looking left, airs it out. That pass is picked off by Spencer. Can't tell if he was looking for Mack or Medyan over the middle. It was kind of in between them.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking for Spencer, and he got him. Let's watch the replay here.
Exactly 1 minute.
2nd pick tonight for Cartwright, and that one kind of a duck, and Spencer all over it.
Yeah, you wonder if maybe he was expecting Mack to break that one in, or perhaps Medyan to break his route off.
Well, I think what he was looking for was Mack on the outside, but I think the ball was just poorly thrown. Spencer makes a play on it. 1 minute to go in the 2nd quarter, and it's a big field for the offense to go. And considering the offensive struggles, maybe for Coach John Rome, think about just taking a knee and going in at the half down 14.
No timeouts here if you're Glendale, and you got over 90 yards, or I should say about 90 yards to go here in a minute.
Yep.
And I think discretion may be the better part of valor here if you're Glendale, but let's see how they elect to proceed. They forced 3 turnovers here in the 2nd quarter, but no points on the board to show for it, and they will keep it on the ground. But this one, a big loss back near the goal line, all the way back to about the 1 yard line. Massive loss on the play. Mesa on the carry.
Well, Mesa reestablished at about the half-yard line. Luckily did not have a safety called against them.
And the bad news here, if you're Glendale, is they need to run another play from about the 1 yard line.
Yeah, and it can't be a knee.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Bonds on just a little keeper here straight ahead. And try to fall forward, just stay out of the end zone if you can. They have it at the 1, down to 19 seconds. Bonds under center. And indeed, they'll keep it on the ground. Bonds manages to push the pile forward out past the 5. And that will bring the first half to the end. The ball squirts loose late.
Yeah, whistle already blown.
Southwestern picking it up, but this one blown dead. It's about 6 yards on the ground on a quarterback sneak. You might want to remember that for the second half.
See the replay here. I mean, obviously the play's already been blown dead, but we'll go to the field camera replay, bring the slider all the way back.
Quarterback Bonds' carry finally brought down by 41, Manny Machado. At the end of the first half, the score, Southwestern College Jaguars 14.
And it's a situation there where I think they're saying that the forward momentum was pretty well stopped before that,
yeah,
or rather when that ball came out. Either way, that does it for the first half. The teams head to the locker rooms, 14-0. Southwestern on top, but Glendale game hanging around in this one. We'll come back, take a look at some halftime stats, and get ready for the second half. You're watching Glendale College football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Halftime here from Glendale. Southwestern on top of the Vaqueros 14-0. Some scores from around the SCFA. Had them up here for a while. So let's read them out here for you. Fullerton big over Cerritos 45-9. Santa Ana a winner over Citrus 17-14. A comeback win for them. Scoring a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Santa Barbara big over West LA 56-7. LA Harbor falls to Grossmont. Grossmont bounces back after laying an egg in their opener. 40-34 win over LA Harbor. Moorpark gets shellacked by El Camino 56-2. Elac falls at Allen Hancock 21-13 right now. In the third, Antelope Valley on top of San Diego Mesa 7-3. Mount San Jacinto on top of Compton 23-0. Ventura down big 34-7 on Mount Sac. That's in Covina. Golden West at Riverside 7-all there in the third quarter. Palomar up 24-0 on top of Santa Monica. Bakersfield up big over Chaffee 36-6. Pasadena City 23-19. That's at the end of 2 over San Bernardino Valley. Long Beach down by 7. They're at the half versus Long Beach 21-14. Canyons 17-14 also at the half over Orange Coast. LA Pierce 35-7 versus LA Southwest. And wrapping it up, College of the Desert at LA Valley up 7-0. Little upset brewing there. Back in a moment here on SoCalCollegeSports.com with the start of the second half, Glendale and Southwestern. Remember, everybody, be sure to tune in on our YouTube channels at SoCal College Sports 1 and follow us on Twitter at SoCal College SPO. Feel free to chime in, tweet at us. We'll try and get you in on the live broadcast. You can also go to our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. Catch all the action throughout the season. All of the archive games will be up on the website. About to get underway here. Start of the second half. Glendale, Southwestern. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff with you on tonight's coverage on SoCalCollegeSports.com. It looked like it was going to be ugly early on, but you got to really credit the Vaqueros for really hanging in there defensively. Now they just need to get it going offensively.
You know, Mike, I think emotion's going to play such a key here. They really had a very good second quarter. It's got to be deflating to get down to the goal line and come up empty, but they need to stay in this game. They're still only down 2 scores. If they can get the next score, they're right back in this game.
Absolutely.
Michael Seltzer to kick off. Adrian Petty back to receive.
Petty back to receive it. It's a low kick. Petty with it at the 10. Up to the 20, 25, 30. Has a lane. Petty off to the races yet again past midfield. He might have another one. Petty still on his feet, out of bounds at the 25, 24-yard line. Huge return for Petty. Bring it back some here, and we look at Petty again. And look at the Jets.
Little leapfrog of a tackle right there as well.
71 yards on the
Little athleticism never hurt.
At the Glendale, 29.
Would have helped me in my days, that's for sure.
It was there.
I had my moments.
Back in the day.
So great starting position here at the start of the third quarter. We have a new quarterback. Quick out on the far side. Looks like that was Mack. New quarterback is DeMonte Morris.
Quarterback number 10, DeMonte Morris.
It was the first action of the season for Morris.
To start the second half.
Well, Mack, 18.
Chris Mack takes the ball to the 25.
The pickup of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6. Strayhorn, big run, big burst, first down yardage, and then some inside the 15, down at the 14.
Yeah, Strayhorn equaled his output from week 1 in the first half with just 22 yards. But he's already adding to that total here in the second half of the first down run.
A terrific response out of the halftime break by Southwestern. We have flags on the field, looks like. Oh, no, we have a timeout, Glendale. I think they had the wrong assignments defensively, and they took a timeout before things got ugly. They're on the heels right now, 13:59 to go. We're in the third quarter. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, Matt Henson with you. Jorge Cepeda on camera on the field. Let's see that field camera right now here, Jeffrey. That looks pretty good. That's a replay. Of course, everybody, you can go to our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Go ahead and feel free to subscribe. You can catch all the action all year. We will have SCFA coverage throughout the playoffs. We will also have 3C2A championship coverage of various events throughout the season. Men's and women's water polo, men's and women's soccer, women's volleyball, and football later in November and December.
We're going to be busy.
It's a mouthful.
Out of the timeout, 1st and 10 for the Jaguars at the Glendale.
So a new set of downs at the 14-yard line. Strayhorn gets met by Spencer. Cameron Spencer lowering the boom. Let's see the replay on that one. Man, you could hear that from up here in the booth. Spencer puts a lick on Strayhorn.
Had the interception earlier, did Spencer, and now in run support, he's having a solid evening.
Strayhorn loses a couple. 2nd and 12 now here. And could that be the play that changes the momentum here in the second half? Screen set up. Here's Mack. Mack inside, touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Mack, and we'll see it again, a beautifully designed play here. Throws it across his body. Mack makes a couple men miss and route to the end zone for 6. And blowing it wide open at the start of the third quarter, Southwestern in the driver's seat.
Alexander Nixon.
Nixon
Ball down, kick is up.
puts it up and it's good, 21-0. Remember, the Vaqueros missed a field goal, went off the upright, and the lone drive that made it into the red zone for Glendale, they came up empty, a huge miss for them. And now they trail it by 3 touchdowns, 13-15 to go here in the third quarter. You are watching SCFA Football Week 2, Glendale Southwestern on SoCal College Sports. Well, we had a chance to come into, within earshot of the coaching staff of Glendale going into the half. They were not happy. Obviously, the response out of halftime on the defensive side of the football, not exactly what they were looking for. They've already relinquished a touchdown here, and not a very good return for the Vaqueros. They will start this drive at their own 18-yard line.
12 yards on the return. 1st and 10 for Glendale at their own 18.
The Bonds will go back to work. See if he can make something happen. Remember last week it was Torres and Meza out of the backfield, very effective, but they haven't really had a chance to get out of the backfield in the passing game. They've been too busy protecting Michael Bonds. Bonds back to pass. Going downfield, miscommunication with the receiver. That one nearly intercepted. Ethan Williams had a beat on it. Pass intended for Mincy, it looked like. Oh, check that.
O'Neal, I believe.
It was
Tyree O'Neal.
O'Neal.
Yeah, hard to say if maybe O'Neal wanted to break that route off at one point because Williams really the only one home.
So Tyree O'Neal. Yeah, it looks like he took the foot off the accelerator. And Bonds thought he was going on the go route.
Pretty good protection for Bonds, who had time.
Yeah, one of the few times he's had some time tonight. Let's see if Southwestern puts it into another gear. Early movement, going to back it up 5 for the Vaqueros.
Yeah, perhaps the left tackle there. Just a little lean.
Indication is against Glendale.
5-yard penalty.
It looked like Stephen Mason
Ball brought back to the 13
was about to find himself into the backfield there.
Yeah, that was a good heady play by Mason. Saw the movement, wasted no time, got on the other side to draw the flag.
Bubble screen near side. Can they catch a block? This is Jonathan Cobos.
Jonathan Cobos on the reception.
Cobos not much doing there. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he might have lost a yard.
Yeah, it wasn't the first wave. It was the second and third wave of Jaguar tacklers coming.
The waves are still coming. So 3rd and 15.
Is the mark. 3rd down.
And where do you go here if you're Glendale?
Glendale only with 3 first downs total tonight versus 13 for Southwestern. The scoreboard indicative of that fact. Meza staying on his feet up the middle on the draw. Not going to get much there. Picks up 2, and here comes 4th down in the punting unit for the Vaqueros.
Anthony Clayton there to meet him. It'll bring up 4th down.
And I think at first glance, it's an interesting call to go with a running play on 3rd and 18, but I think at that point, maybe you hope to catch the defense a little bit off guard. You never know what might happen, but I think it's also the art of the possible, I think, here if you're Glendale offensively. You're just trying to get some positive yardage going in a situation where it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to pick up the 1st down.
Petty. Another nifty move, still on his feet, looking for 6 more. He's going to get it. Touchdown, Jaguars. 2nd special teams touchdown tonight. A big return set up the first touchdown in this quarter for Southwestern. And Adrian Petty to the house yet again.
Adrian Petty. Punt return for the score.
Man, have a night, Adrian Petty. Well, if you were in the SCFA Fantasy Football League, you're looking pretty good right now if you drafted Adrian Petty. 27-0 extra point yet to come here for Southwestern.
Though I have to think that you drafting primarily a special teams player was a risky play, but it really worked out for you in this particular league. It's an unorthodox fantasy play.
Hey, look, you played the upside. He's the Cordero Patterson, if you will, of the SCFA. Adrian Petty having himself a night. 28-0, 11:21 to go here in the third quarter. You're watching Glendale College football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Special teams back to work. Kickoff up.
From the 3.
And taken. This is Torres. Torres cuts it back to his left. Has a little bit of room. He's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 25.
That's
Late hit coming.
Yeah, that's an easy call right there. That hit came a good couple yards out of bounds.
There's a penalty marker at the end of the play.
Might see if we can get the replay on.
After the play, it concluded. Personal foul, late hit out of bounds. The kickoff, team number 45. That foul will be assessed 15 yards from the dead ball spot.
Well, on a second look, I think it's a good call. I think it was a late hit, but I think it's still a pretty clean play there. I think that play's still going on, and it's difficult to really hold up right there, finish the tackle. It just happened out of bounds, but good call for the personal foul and 15 yards, but not dirty.
I don't think it was dirty. In fact, I thought the defensive player was looking to hold up there, just put himself in his position where he couldn't. Pass rush gets there quickly again, and on the deck again is Michael Bonds.
Bonds under pressure.
Anthony Clayton, Andrew Rafe there quickly for the Jaguars.
Second down and 10.
Second and 10 coming up here.
You have to feel very good defensively when you can establish pressure on the quarterback on a jet screen. And that's pretty much what happened there, even on a very quick call. They were able to still get on top of Bonds and hurry that play.
Well, we talked about the struggles of the offensive line, and, you know, it's not that the effort isn't there, but the execution, not so much. Quick incompletion. That one intended for Mincy. That probably would have went for at least just 5, maybe 6.
That's intended for Randall Mincy.
Third and long coming up yet again here for the Vaqueros.
Yeah, I think Bonds trying to get that one out quickly, and he went to the fastball there and just kind of threw it right through Mincy.
Yeah, he threw it through the glove.
He's playing a little rocket ball, and Glendale with pretty good field position here to start out at the 36, but quickly in a third and long.
Good job there by Bonds, utilizing the hard count. Buy himself a little bit more time, but when that happens and you try to utilize that hard count, oftentimes you'll see an offensive lineman move, and it works against the Vaqueros in this case.
Well, part of the problem is that when you have to, when you utilize the hard count, you need to go deep into the play clock, and that requires a lot of discipline on that offensive line to stay down there and wait for the count.
So 3rd and 15 for Glendale. Bonds back to pass with a little bit of time. Pass is dropped. Pass intended for Tyree O'Neal. And Jonathan Kobos coming off hobbling on the play. Looks like he might have tweaked an ankle. And again, the punting unit onto the field for Glendale.
And you start thinking about kicking away from Petty. They
Yeah,
won't, but you do think at some point, do you need to think about...
Petty's not even back there right now. Right now, it looks like it's Shahid Madyoun.
Saw him briefly offensively toward the tail end of the second quarter.
Low kick. Takes a Vaquero bounce, going to be out inside the 40
well, kind of interesting
of Southwestern.
That it looks like they elected to kick away from Madyoun.
And the punt to the near side out of bounds.
28-0. Glendale down by 4 scores, 10:47 to go here in the third quarter. Take a short break, back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports.
There is a penalty marker. Penalty moves the ball to the 25-yard line. First and
So
10.
Southwestern, after a penalty that went against Stephen Mason, unsportsmanlike after the play. DeMonte Morris back in at quarterback. Third one we've seen tonight.
You wonder if maybe we've seen the last of Cartwright and Saylor, who played in the first half. Obviously going up 4 scores now.
Well, you know, going back to the conversation with Coach Carberry, you know, this is a team still in search of an identity. I think they know what they want to do running the football, but I think still some questions here in the passing game when you talk about Cartwright. He has 2 picks tonight of 2 ill-advised throws that didn't get there. Morris has shown to be pretty effective here in spot duty.
From the shotgun, second down.
Morris keeping the play alive, rolling to his right, still looking downfield, going to take a huge hit. He won't get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's not the type of hit you want to see your quarterback take. A little something after the play there.
Watching Morris keep this play alive on the replay and then eventually surrounded and taken down.
Yeah, he got crunched by Emmanuel Nahara.
22-yard line. Third down, 13.
3rd and 13. Morris looking back to his left, evades a tackler. Morris still on his feet. He's going to be brought down at about the 30-yard line. Make it the 29. Won't be enough for the first down. And here comes the punting unit for Southwestern. Pretty good defensive response by the Vaqueros.
Well, again, we make the point with the special team success for Southwestern tonight. Still only 2 touchdowns allowed by the Glendale defense on the night, but Petty is going crazy in the punt return game, and that has certainly helped Southwestern along to this big lead.
Well, really, you can credit 3 of the touchdowns tonight out of the 4 to special teams. It was Petty with a big return on the opening drive of this half that really set up that touchdown. It's tough to play defense when, you know, you're constantly back on your heels because special teams is giving up so much yardage on the returns.
Quickly remind everybody of the trivia challenge tonight. Something to think about in the NFL. How you coming along on your 5 answers there, Michael?
Lawrence Taylor, first defensive player to win NFL MVP.
Have to wait. We'll give the answers a little bit later. Lawrence Taylor, a player that did win it. So,
was he the first?
Is it correct? That's the question, Jimmy.
Win the Heisman Trophy and a Super Bowl MVP.
At Dodger Stadium, top of the 6th inning, Rockies 5.
I know of one player. I just don't know if he was the first to do it. Passed for 4,000 yards in a single season. I'm probably not going to get. Fouts had some big numbers back in the day. Catch 20 touchdown passes in a single season. I think that's only been done once. Is that right?
It's been done twice.
Twice. Randy Moss, I think, had 21 year.
Confirmation for the Jaguars.
Well, feel free to chime in, everybody, at SoCal College SBO. Let us know.
Just got
That one
away.
nearly blocked.
High snap and a good job.
48-yard
Cody
line.
Taniguchi gets away with a takedown at midfield. But the Vaqueros are going to have excellent starting position on this drive. 9:06 remaining in the third quarter. They're going to need a big quarter here to get back into it, trailing at 28-0.
Just watch very quickly here. We have a quick replay of Dean Smith there. Showing a little vertical to get up there, Dean. Come down and get that one off, and a nice job just to keep that play alive and get that ball away by Dean Smith.
Would you be able to contain yourself if his last name was Martin?
Hey, listen, I'm an old school guy. The fact that his name is Dean Smith is enough to really make my night. Wrong sport, of course.
Bonds.
But still.
Quick pass to the outside. That pass incomplete. Again intended for Tyree O'Neal, and O'Neal has dropped two.
Intended for Tyree O'Neal.
Yeah, as tough a night as Bonds has had, and he's really struggled under enormous pressure. Also had a couple of balls dropped.
Yeah, the receiver's really not doing him any favors.
That were catchable, and I think it's just indicative of some of the early struggles here for Glendale offensively as they grow into this season.
Yeah.
It's a tough assignment to start with a defensive team like Golden West.
Yeah.
And then you get a Southwestern team that clearly has a lot of talent defensively and a lot of speed.
A lot of speed offensively and in special teams.
On second
Meza
down,
going nowhere.
Felipe Meza, the carrier.
Meza's going to lose 5.
So hard to run east and west. Right
Tristan
now in the
Deal,
aggressiveness,
first to greet him.
it's just Tristan Deal up quickly from the linebacker spot. And right now,
43-yard line.
if you're Southwestern, they're not respecting the downfield pass. So you're seeing a lot of 7 and 8 in the box and very aggressively
Here comes
pursuing
third down, 15.
the quarterback or the ball carrier
Mincy
for Glendale.
back into the ball game. He was out on first and second down. Let's see if they put him in a position to succeed here. Mincy working downfield. Pass intended near side. And O'Neal, did he drop it again? No, it's a catch. And that's going to be made at the, it's like the 47-yard line. They need the 42. It's going to be 4th and 5. And is it 4th down territory?
Into Jaguar territory
Nope.
at the 47-yard line. Short of
Well,
the first
this
down.
is something that worked well for Glendale in the first down. Playing field position here. We're going to try and pin Southwestern deep rather than give them a short field. And if you're Glendale, I think at this point looking
Fourth
for
down and 5.
the best possible path to success here, and that's to try and keep the short field.
Michael Seltzer back to punt.
Another
Seltzer.
high snap.
High snap. Handles it well. The kick is off. Looking to pin a player. Takes a nice bounce inside the 15-yard line. Trickles all the way down to the 11.
Takes a Vaquero roll.
Well, you don't see this that
Near
often
the
in our
12-yard
coverage
line.
of the
That's where
SCFA, but
Jaguars
I
will
think
take over.
the decision has been made to kick away from the return game here as the last
I would
couple
like to give a
of punts
special
by
shout out
Seltzer
to
have
the
been angled
fantastic
toward the near
athletic training
sideline.
staff here at Glendale College, headed up by Jose Gomez
And I can't say it's
and Claudia
terrible strategy
Alvarez
there, Michael.
Valenzuela.
I got to believe you're right. Defense needs to make a play.
From the shotgun.
Strayhorn, big hole.
The left side. Good yardage
Nice
on
chunk
first
play
down
on
for
first
most of the
down. He's
first
going to
down.
be next to the sticks.
There's a penalty marker at the end of the
Flag
play.
on the field. This is in the backfield. Likely going to be a hold.
Yeah, from exactly where you would expect to see a holding call.
Holding,
And indeed,
offense number 75. That penalty would be enforced half the distance to the goal.
so half the distance to the goal. Back them up a little bit. The Vaqueros will take it. We'll do first down again.
Penalty. Moves the ball back to the 6-yard line.
Fourteenth penalty tonight for 99 yards.
Coming up
for Southwestern, but doesn't matter much right now. This is Cartwright. Cartwright back into the ball game, and he's going to be taken down at the 15-yard line.
Joshua Cartwright back in at quarterback. He keeps, carries across the 15-yard line. Alton Phillips, the first to greet him. Ball's officially marked 16-yard line. And at the snap, there's a double penalty marker.
Penalty marker on the field. Have a false start. 6:30 to go here in the third quarter. Matt Henson back on technical direction duties.
5-yard penalty.
Get some good shots down there, Matty?
Yep, sure did. Can't wait to show them all.
Well, we may see one or two before it's all said and done here.
It wouldn't shock me.
In this world of technology.
Jeff, you having trouble keeping up?
Hey, listen, I've got an Xbox and a Roku, and that's my cave. Pretty advanced.
Big reception, far side. This is Mack off to the races. Touchdown saving tackle made. Huge gainer for Southwestern.
Looks like Delgado saves the touchdown.
See the replay here. Cartwright puts it in the breadbasket en route to the reception.
I want to say it was Spencer on the coverage, and he fell down.
Yeah. So a 48-yard catch and run for the Jaguars. And now at the 27-yard line in Glendale territory. Double move. Sexton up the sideline. Touchdown, Jaguars.
First catch tonight for Sexton, but third touchdown of the young season.
Number 7 on the score.
Let's cue up the replay here, Matty. Sexton, we talked about him, a bounce back from Humboldt State, looking to go D1, looked every bit the part on that one. Touchdown Southwestern, and this game quickly out of hand here in the third. 21 points on the board after that extra point. Remember last week in the second quarter versus Palomar, another 21 spot. And we still got 5:39 left to go, and they're looking for a new season high in a quarter. Are the Jaguars. Take a short break, 35-0. Glendale trails it. You are watching SCFA Football Week 2 here on SoCal College Sports. Back to battle. Torres makes a move, still on his feet, up past the 25, takes it out of bounds.
Daniel Torres took the kick.
They'll mark him out at the 26-yard line. More scores from around the SCFA. Ventura trying to make it interesting at Covina District Field. Now trail it by 12. They're in the third quarter, 4:52 to go in the third, 41-21 now. Remember, they trailed it huge earlier, trying to creep back into it. Riverside now up by 6, 20-14 over Golden West. Rashawn Haylock with a call on that one. On Sportsnet USA. Bonds back to pass, has a man open. This is Tyree O'Neal. That's a catch. It's near the sticks. He's going to need about 3 more yards. 3rd and 3 coming up.
Fuga on the coverage as O'Neal continues to work that near sideline.
33-yard line is the mark. Picked up 7 on the play, 2nd down and 3.
Under 5 to go here in the third quarter. Ball at the 33-yard line of the Vaqueros. Southwestern showing a little blitz here. Here it comes. Bonds keeps it himself, and he's not going to pick up the first.
Trying a little read option, it looked like there for Bonds, and not a bad idea against a very, very aggressive defense that's pursuing.
Yeah, it looks like I misread the marker. That was 2nd and 4. They give him a pickup of 1. Well, we have an injured player on the field. Jonathan Kobos came up lame a couple series ago. He's now on the deck right now, so you wonder maybe if it's a cramping situation being attended to by the trainers.
34, Stanford 17.
Well, a more special thanks here from SoCalCollegeSports.com and allowing this to make this possible. Alex Leon, the SID here for Glendale. Coach Chris Sacudo, baseball coach, son of John Sacudo, the athletic director. The Sacudos, they really get it done here at Glendale College. Kudos to them and the job that they do for this program. Any more that you can think of here, Jeffrey?
Well, that's certainly a good place to start.
First quarter, Washington State 7, Boise State 7.
Coach Carberry?
Spiro's a stud.
Yeah. Taking the time. Talk to us from the Southwestern perspective.
Early movement. 3rd and 3. Back it up 5. Just became 3rd and 8.
I thought you were going to go into the Randy Watson and tell everyone to give themselves a round of applause.
Well, everybody does look so lovely. Give yourself a round of applause.
Such a lovely streaming audience.
Well, since y'all are in the watching mood, I'd like to introduce my team, SoCal College Sports.
Less than 4 minutes.
We just need theme music now.
Now, Mike, don't tempt me.
Oh, we're in the third quarter. Movie references are plentiful. 3:50 to go. 35-0 Glendale. Looking for their first down of the second half. We'll find out if they can get it when we come back here on SoCal College Sports. Third and a long 7 now out of the timeout. Mincy pass intended for him, well covered. Fourth down, and here comes the punting unit. Yet again, they're getting a lot of run tonight here at Sartoris Field.
33, Zaire Velasquez on the defense from the 29, 4th down.
Yeah, Seltzer had 7 punts in the first half. And it's been a busy night trying to work against this Jaguar defense.
Madune back to receive the kick. It's a pretty good one, hanging up in the air. Bounces at the 30. That's where Madune will take it. Still on his feet. Big hole. Still going. Breaks a double tackle into Vaquero territory at the 48. Finally brought down by Angel Santana.
Shaheed Madian take the punt.
So Madian with a nice return. And, well, the theme of the third quarter here for Southwestern has been the return game. Already a special teams touchdown. A couple of big returns to set up a touchdown. And Armani Jones-Saylor back into the game at QB.
Max Makarov, the ball carrier.
Max Makarov with the carry. Picks up 4, 2nd and 6 coming up.
Nose of the football just at the 42-yard line. 2nd down. Makarov carries
Makarov again, and he'll have a first down. Good hard running from Makarov.
Leon Flint-Roy on the stop.
Makarov, a 6'1 freshman, 200-pounder from San Jacinto. It's a pretty good size for running back.
Is the mark.
We see him making his mark here late in the 3rd quarter. Jones-Saylor rolling to his right, left-handed. Oh, that's a huge collision. And it's a legal play made. Eddie Delgado will see the replay here. It's a nice pitch and catch. And just a huge hit. And the emphasis is you don't want to go high on a defensive receiver. He goes low and hits the hip.
Yeah, that was Daughtery.
Daughtery.
Touchdown reception in the first half and running a similar play. Of all irony.
You can only hope that Daughtery just shook up on the play, but obviously a huge collision there. And well, last week a big injury to the starting quarterback for Golden West, Bo Kalbacher. In fact, he was taken by ambulance after an injury early in the 2nd quarter. We talked about at the top of the broadcast, the Rustlers were able to grit last week out with the 4th-string quarterback. And Daughtery is going to have to be helped off of the field. Looks like he's favoring that right leg. And, just a bruise on the collision, but maybe looked like a little bit more. 2:26 to go in the 3rd quarter, 35-0.
Yeah,
Southwestern all over the Vaqueros.
It looked to me on the replay that Delgado came in a little bit above the knee, right in like that thigh area where he hit him, as opposed to going very low.
Yeah, I don't think it was a dirty, malicious play. I thought it was a good, clean football hit. It just looked like that right leg for Daughtery was planted, and that likely what caused the injury in addition to the big collision. Makarov over around the left tackle, still on his feet, and looks like he has another first down on this drive.
Well, the Vaquero defense has spent a lot of time on the field. And you have to worry a little bit late in the 3rd here about wearing down.
Well, luckily the sun's down. The game isn't over. Another quarter to go here. Jones-Saylor. Hands off again.
Makarov up the middle.
Makarov finally stopped. He was averaging about 8 yards a carry before that one.
Augie Saucedo on the stop. No gain on the play. 2nd down.
No gain on that one. 2nd and 10. Jones-Saylor, Makarov again. Big hit in the middle. Be about a 4-yard carry. Make it a 3-yard carry. They'll mark it off at the 10. So 3rd and 7 coming up. As the clock continues to wind down here.
51, Jackie Gully on the stop. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Another handoff to Makarov. Makarov finds a hole. Has the first. He's down at the 4.
Close to the first down.
Yeah, this may come down to the spot.
It's right at the sticks.
Jackie Gully once again off the stop. Nose of the football just inside the 5.
So they need about a half a yard for a first down rather. Offense going to stay out there. Makarov over left tackle, still on his feet, has a first down inside the 3.
Hand off to the far side.
I think the good hard running by Makarov on this drive.
Yeah.
Good enough for the first down.
He's a punishing downhill runner.
Yep.
It was a good second effort on that previous run that got him so close to the sticks. A little different style than Strayhorn or Wilkins that we've seen earlier tonight.
Makarov still on his feet. He's going to fall forward. Is he in? They say he's pushed back at about the half-yard line. Well, Coach Carberry in our conversation earlier today mentioned that the kicking game was a bit of a concern here, but also you have to think about style points here at the end of the season. When the rankings come out, when you're looking for bowl positioning, who you're going to play. Southwestern already dropped week 1 versus Palomar.
Substitution in practice. 12 men on the field. Defense.
Legal substitution on the defense.
Half the distance to the goal. Down.
First and goal to go. Inside the 5. From the 1-yard line.
From the 1, here comes the run, and no signal yet.
Short of the goal line.
Just short of the goal line. That'll do it for the third quarter. We head into the fourth. 35-0.
To the fourth quarter.
Southwestern all over Glendale. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports.
Second and goal from the 1. Makarov straight up the middle. Hit at the goal line, but he's in for the touchdown. So Makarov plunges in from a yard out. The Jaguars increase their lead. It's now 41-0. Extra point coming. And the extra point attempt for Southwestern. Nixon puts it through. And it's now 42-0. And Glendale has let this one get away in the second half. They held on through 30 minutes. Fought gamely against Southwestern here. Went into the locker room down 14-0, but a couple of big plays on special teams and a more sustained offensive output for Southwestern here in the third quarter. And you have to give a lot of credit to the Jaguars. Talked about the importance of momentum heading into the locker room. Would Glendale be able to sustain the good effort that they had put forth in the second quarter into the third quarter, maybe find a way to get themselves more into this ball game? They were down just 2 scores at 14-0, and it might be easy to point at Glendale and say that they didn't come out and sustain that, but I think that would be getting away from the sensational job that Southwestern has done coming out after a performance in the second quarter that I think left something to be desired from a Jaguar standpoint. And they got themselves together and have performed very well in this third quarter and now early in the fourth, and have really put this one away. And I think all credit to Coach Carberry and his staff at Southwestern, and a nice job. Bouncing kick taken at the 10. Torres in all kinds of trouble. He's going to be taken down, a loss on the return, and Glendale will go to work inside their own 10-yard line. And still looking to get on the board in this one, and unfortunately for Vaquero fans, that may be the only drama left. With 14:47 remaining in the ball game, can Glendale maybe trying to get some good news here in the fourth quarter and maybe get themselves going in a positive direction as they look forward to next week when they'll be back out on the road at Mount San Jacinto. So the Vaqueros take to the road in week 3, and given the way that they performed in week 1 and the nightmare scenario that they've had here in week 2, maybe going to be happy to get on the road. So far, it's gone a little better here in 2017 when they've been away from home. Bonds airs it out on the near side. Tremendous catch is made by O'Neal.
O'Neal said, "Give me that."
Great job by O'Neal on a 50-50 ball, and we'll get the replay ready. See if we can bring this one up, and there it is. See, this one just rainbowed on the near side, and the coverage pretty good, but O'Neal just wanted it more.
on the stop.
Great
Futrell
play.
eventually moves over to knock him out of bounds, but a pickup of 38 yards takes it to the 46. Torres slips as he starts his move. A loss of a yard back to the 45, and Torres has found the running very, very difficult. He had -2 yards in the first half, and indeed Glendale as a whole has had a lot of difficulty getting something going on the ground. Had a lot of kudos for the front four for Southwestern tonight,
Yeah.
deservedly so, and they have won a lot of the battles
Well,
at the line of scrimmage.
Mason was really the big story in the first half on the defensive unit up front for Southwestern. He's been taken out of the ballgame. Remember, he received an unsportsmanlike penalty earlier in the second half, and we haven't seen him since.
O'Neal in motion, and here come whistles and a timeout taken in Glendale.
Start of the fourth quarter in Covina. Mount Sac on top of Ventura, 48-29. So the separation continues here for the Mounties. Palomar at the half over Santa Monica, 24-0. Riverside on top of Golden West as they head into the fourth quarter. Bakersfield huge over Chaffin. Well, Bakersfield might have themselves a squad this year. We'll see them later this year at Ventura. That's always a big rivalry game. Start of the fourth quarter, San Bernardino Valley, 26-23 over Pasadena City. And Saddleback now with a lead by a touchdown, 35-28 over Long Beach. That's at Veterans Memorial. Canyons at the half over Orange Coast, 17-14. LA Pierce over LA Southwest, 35-7. College of the Desert still 7-0 over LA Valley in the first quarter.
Long Beach didn't think that their conference schedule would be tough enough. They decided to schedule Saddleback non-conference.
Unreal.
Coach Peabody likes to put his team through the ringer. I think early in the season, get them ready.
We get to see Saddleback and Ventura duke it out later this year as well.
Play action. Bonds on the keeper. He's tripped up after a pickup of about 3 yards. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 9. Football at the 48-yard line. Make that the 47 of Glendale. Next week, we're back to triple header, I believe, if memory serves, here on SoCal College Sports.
Yep. Get to that broadcast schedule shortly.
We'll also get to the trivia answers. Mike's been thinking it through.
I have been.
Zepeda's got some answers.
Well, I didn't say they were the right answer.
Hey, listen, I'm proud of the effort right there. You come up with some names.
Illegal substitution. Well, Glendale got away with one last week after I watched the broadcast by Sportsnet USA versus Golden West, and right there we see it, a little confusion there. Mincy, the odd man out. Next week, like you said, Jeff, a triple header in the works. Orange Coast at Ventura Antelope Valley at ELAC, and Fullerton at College of the Canyons.
3 simultaneous. Busy night on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Indeed. Big play.
Join us for one or more. Screen pass, first down and more. Torres into Jaguar territory before he's brought down at the 35.
Well, this game likely in the books in favor of Southwestern, but hey, let's put together a pretty good quarter offensively. Let's see if we can make something happen here if you're Glendale. It's all about getting better to the next play, to the next game, to the next quarter.
Well, as our shirts say that were given to us.
Win the down.
Win the down.
You saw where I was going.
It's obviously it was kind of a subliminal message. It really had crept in there. It got in your head.
It's ingrained.
Bonds has the Glendale offense to the Southwestern 35. Has the snap. Has time. Going deep down the left side. Leaping attempt by O'Neal, and it's incomplete.
Man, O'Neal, that's one he's got to have. I was on the money. Bonds couldn't place that any better. Let's see the replay here. Slider back, replay 1. Oh.
Just for a moment, broke free at the last moment.
Yeah, there was some contact at the end of that play, but, man, O'Neal wants that one back.
Second down and 10.
Good protection for Bonds that time.
Bonds with dual setbacks. 4-man rush. Bonds on the keeper, tries to pick his way forward. He's tripped up at the 32. It's a gain of 3 and a 3rd and 7 coming up. Well, last 3rd and long, they were able to use the screen to good effect.
Across the 35, close to the 32.
Just going to call this 3rd down and 8. More substitutions.
3rd down and a short 8.
Dylan Martinez on, along with Alex Shabanian. Both receivers split out to the left. Bonds in trouble, and now just throws it away.
Was he outside of the tackle box? That might be intentional grounding.
Manages to complete it to a teammate out of bounds. 4th down and 8 upcoming, and I don't think there's a big surprise here that the offense will stay on the field.
Yeah, I think they're having a discussion about intentional grounding. I think they're going to rule that he was outside of the tackle box.
Wilson comes in with the play. Dominique Wilson, who was the leading receiver last week, has been held largely in check, just 1 catch tonight. Bonds, good protection, guns it on the far side. He wanted O'Neal again, but it's just overthrown. And Glendale will turn it over on downs. The Southwestern 33-yard line. So the longest drive of the night stalls in Southwestern territory.
42, Stanford 24.
Under 11 minutes to go. I expect to see Southwestern perhaps starting to go into clock-killing mode. Another quarterback, I believe, on. Jonathan Lindstrom becomes the 4th quarterback of the night for Southwestern. Fakes the handoff, and that one might have been behind the line.
That should be a fumble. That was a backward lateral.
Yeah. Not the call, the intended target.
I think that ball trickled out of bounds, fortunately, for Southwestern.
Shaquez Bond. Excuse me. Quentin Vincent.
Yeah, they're just going to rule that pass was incomplete. Yeah, that's right.
Was the intended target. 2nd down and 10. Alberto Valdez, now the deep setback. And the handoff to Valdez. Off tackle, and he manages to cut it back and gain about a yard. Valdez initially in some trouble, but good second effort to at least get back to the line, where it will bring up 3rd down and 9.
Saucedo And Eddie Reyes on the stop. 34-yard line is the mark. Third down and
Michael
9.
Holt on along with Quentin Vincent to the near side. 3rd and 9. Lindstrom. Quick jet screen to the far side and a gain of about 5. Well short of first down yardage, and it'll be a 3 and out. The ball coming back to Glendale.
Gregory Taylor Johnson on the reception.
Gregory Taylor Johnson with the catch.
Timeout on the field.
It's going to be a pretty long box score, Michael. I think I've seen a lot of players getting an opportunity here in the fourth quarter. Southwestern in command. Delgado back to receive this punt.
Well, Jeff, how about a barn burner in the making at Riverside right now? Riverside taking on Golden West. It's a rematch of last year, a game that Golden West kind of had in the bag. Colin Anderson had a huge fourth quarter for the Tigers. That was at Golden West, but going back to this year, in the opener, that's Golden West, who Glendale played. They lost their first 3 QBs. 2 to injury, 1 to gray shirt. The gray shirt probably going to have to end up playing this year because of depth at the position. But they're essentially their 4th-string quarterback comes in, gets the win, and they are within striking distance on the road against one of the toughest teams perennially in the SCFA in Riverside.
Officials wave off the penalty. 4th down. Once again, Jaguars in punt formation.
So we'll re-kick here after they pick up the flag. High kick. Delgado going to let this one bounce. It takes a good kick for Southwestern inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. And that's where Glendale will take over.
Yeah, Roderick Futrell was trying to push a Glendale player into the ball and create a turnover.
Well, even when you're up 42 points, there's always looking for an angle, I guess, to
What's the old adage in
increase
boxing?
that lead.
Oh, what's the rule in boxing? Protect yourself at all times?
They'll spot it at the 25. Continuing with Bonds at quarterback, and while we're seeing a lot of different players for Southwestern, not so much on the Glendale side where we continue to see most of the starters continuing here into the fourth quarter.
First down from the 25.
Not quite as much depth for Glendale. Another bomb for O'Neal.
A lot of contact.
Can't come up with
Wow.
it. Looking for a flag, but none coming.
And there was contact before the ball got there and after the ball skipped away.
Second down and 10.
Jamal Crawford had the coverage.
Janai. It looks like Jamal. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to, Janai Crawford, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for Janai. I know where you were going.
Thank you for Janai Crawford. Should have just gone with my first instinct. Crawford. So second down and 10. Bonds brings the Vaqueros to the line. O'Neal split out to the left. He has been the favorite target tonight of Bonds for Glendale. Quick pitch. Torres trying to get the corner. Now he'll reverse field. He's in all kinds of trouble. This is going to be a massive loss back inside the 15-yard line.
Torres.
That is a loss of 10 yards.
15-yard line. A host of
And a
Jaguars.
third and 20 coming up. And
Ran about 40 yards.
as much trouble as Glendale has had getting the corners against this very fast defense, reversing field evidently looks like an even worse idea. And Southwestern tracks that play down
Third down and 20.
and brings up third and forever. Another tough assignment for Michael Bonds and the Glendale offense.
Yeah, third in the Angeles Forest.
Four-man rush, delayed handoff to Torres straight up the middle, shedding tacklers. He's still on his feet. Tries to circle outside. He's brought down after a gain of about 4 yards. And it will be another 3 and out for Glendale. We're approaching midway through the fourth quarter. And Southwestern has righted the ship after a 7-point loss last week. And they will almost certainly head to 1-1. I think it's safe to say on the season and for Glendale.
From their own 19-yard line.
On their way to an 0-2 start, and they'll go back to the drawing board next week at Mount San Jacinto. Seltzer, a busy night. Good kick. This one takes a sideways bounce at about the 40-yard line. They'll down it at the 39. That's a 42-yard kick with no return.
Well, Jeffrey, this one in the books, and well, let's talk about next week, and not football, my friend. Big fight next week. Canelo Golovkin. Who you got?
I'm leaning toward the small upset here. I think it's a very, very, very hard fight to call, but I'm out there. I'm gonna say Canelo by split decision.
All right.
What
are the odds in Vegas on that right now?
It's a striking departure from my big boxing fan roots here. That you would think I would go with the one that all the boxing experts, all the insiders love, Gennady Golovkin, love Triple G. But yeah, I'm gonna pick a mild upset here. It's funny, we were talking a little bit about that. And, I think that Golovkin would be most of the sort of experts' slight favorite in this one, in the fight. But I expect the odds to be pretty even because I think Canelo's fans will put a lot of money on him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he went off as kind of the betting favorite. A pitch on the turf. This one's still loose. Glendale's got a chance. They pick it up. Glendale inside the 5 toward the goal line and in for a touchdown.
Augie Saucedo. Scoop 6.
Well, little did we realize that for Glendale to get on the board, we just need to start talking about boxing. And here it happened.
See the replay here.
See the replay. And Saucedo, and that's a nice job by Saucedo. It's not the easiest job to pick up that football and keep the handle, but he does a great job.
Augie Saucedo picked up the loose ball and Rendell for the score.
So the Vaqueros with the highlight.
25 yards on.
As Saucedo picks up the fumble. And the score is now 42-6. Miscommunication on the pitch out. Fourth turnover forced tonight by Glendale, and that after not forcing a turnover last weekend.
You have to take as much good as you can from a game like this. Obviously, you know, the coaching staff probably going to want to flush a lot of this down the toilet, but take away your positives. And, well, 4 turnovers forced tonight against a pretty game team in Southwestern, who did a great job of protecting the football last week versus Palomar. Even though they lost that game, Southwestern did not turn the ball over.
Hey, listen, if it brings you a house of pain here at Glendale, at the stadium here in Glenville, at Glendale Community College, it can't be all bad. So the extra point coming with 6:35 remaining in the ballgame.
Yeah, Selzor.
Michael Bonds to hold. Michael Seltzer off for the extra point. The ball down, the kick is up.
You think there's any Glendale fans out there that want us to keep talking about boxing to see if we can keep the run going?
Well, hey, I got a feeling you and I could probably get that done.
For Glendale, it's like, listen, guys, if we can just keep the conversation going, it seems to be working.
Glendale finally on the board. Remember last year in their home opener, they got shut out 33-0 against Golden West. So on the board for the first time in 2 years in their openers, but they still trail it big, 42-7, 6:35 to go in this one. Back in a moment here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Week 2 SCFA coverage.
quickly going over the answers there, and Michael got at least one out of that one. I was going to say Dan Fouts for the 4,000 yards. A very impressive answer. He was the second to do it.
Oh.
So we're thinking about that. But Joe Willie, a lot of people don't realize that. First guy to throw for 4,000 yards in a season. None other than Joe Namath.
Bet you a Jets fan would have known that.
Before he even met Susie Colbert. Into the end zone where it will be down.
Don't go there. Somebody's going to clip that and tweet at us.
All right, that's true. Hey, listen, a question where I get to bring up one of the great things that he accomplished. I think I've done Joe a favor. Joe and his
Hey, I'm
fans
not saying he
a
has
favor.
bad taste. It's a good-looking woman.
Yeah.
That's a final. San Diego Mesa 2-0 on this young season, 24-7, a winner over Antelope Valley. Alan Hancock earlier today, 21-13 over ELAC. El Camino big over Moore Park, 56-2. Grossmont over LA Harbor, 40-34. Santa Barbara big over West LA, 56-7. Citrus goes down to Santa Ana, 17-14, and the defending state champs Fullerton College all over Cerritos, 45-9.
Coming up on 6 minutes to play.
Fullerton's offense looks like it picked up right where it left off last year.
Yep. Final from Orange Coast College, 30-14. Canyons over OCC in that one. So Canyons moves to 2-0 on the season. Flag on the field.
And OCC drops to 0-2.
Uh-oh.
Big play here. Flags are down, but this one's going to go all the way for a touchdown.
Yeah, Cameron Lewis running the relay right now. In for 6. There's a penalty flag on the play, and I think this one's – no, they're going to say this is offsides against the defense, so it was a free play. And Lewis takes it to the house.
Lewis turns on the Jets. Nobody going to catch him.
Defense number 30 in the neutral zone at the snaps. That penalty will be declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Can't bring up the replay here. I think it was a run.
Oh, wait. Because he
89.
shoveled it forward.
Cameron Lewis.
Credit 89 Cameron Lewis for the score.
74-yard. I want to say it was a run.
Yeah, it's hard to say. We've been seeing that shovel pass a lot, and that would count as a pass. The pitch
True.
forward.
5:42 to play. Southwestern 49, your Vaqueros 7.
If we stop the streamer, we could look at the play again on the.
No, I think we might be able to look at it on
recorder.
the actual on the computer. That's.
Let's see if we can back that one up, can we?
Yeah, keep it there. Let's see if we can bring it up. Go full screen.
I mean, it's a forward. It can't be a run play because it would be considered a forward.
Yeah, I'm trying to clarify here with Alex Leon. I believe that was a pass.
He pitched it forward.
A pitch forward.
On the replay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that could be classified as a running play if you pitch it forward.
See if we can get some clarity from here, from the press box here.
Listen, forget Stoy's trivia challenge. There's a trivia question for you.
How do you score that?
Got the rules. Got a rules expert there.
I think it's a pass.
Cameron Lewis goes 74 yards, a quick answer for Southwestern and a 49-7. Also want to just quickly clarify on the trivia that you were right. Lawrence Taylor was an NFL MVP as a defensive player.
Was not the first to do it.
First. Great Alan Page from the Minnesota Vikings, the first one to do it.
I never would have got that.
That was a tough one. You need to be older than me, and that's not a lot of people, but...
Well, that's definitely not me. No offense.
No,
Three-yard
not
return
taken.
to the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vaqueros at their own 17.
So the Vaqueros will take over at their 17. Bonds back out with Torres in the backfield. Down to 5:33 remaining in the ball game.
They jumped.
A little bit of movement on that offensive line. Here comes the false start penalty.
False start, offense number 59.
Well, it's either going to be a false start or a delay a game. They took a little bit too long to get into it. I think there was some confusion coming in from the sideline.
Also wanted to just wait on the 20 touchdown receptions in the season. Randy Moss has done it. One of two. The first one to do it,
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice, back in 1987. Interestingly, with the 20 touchdowns, well over 1,500 yards receiving, did not win the MVP that season.
Who did?
A little bit surprising. John Elway.
Wow.
Quarterback bias, perhaps.
You were just an endless cauldron of knowledge, my friend.
It is a little warm in here.
You're like Santa's gift sack of knowledge from 80s trivia.
And a numbers guy.
And a numbers guy. Man, you got a lot going for you. Tanya's a lucky gal.
Man, she'd be happy to hear that if she ever listened.
Well,
Second down and 10.
I didn't mean to start a fight here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
No, just say there's no chance she can weigh in on that one.
Looks deep down the near side.
Another deep pass, and again, O'Neal the target. They keep on challenging Crawford deep. But again, the coverage pretty good.
Yep.
And a third down and 15 coming up.
Oh, I think it's been established that Michael Bonds can flat spin the football, but you just have to buy him a little time so he can make a play. That's been the trouble here tonight. This is likely the B team in on the defensive front for Southwestern. Haven't really seen a lot of pressure.
Well, there hasn't been a lot of blitzing in the second half. Delayed handoff. Torres taken down after a gain of a couple, and that'll bring up 4th and long. I wanted to make the point that there hasn't been nearly as much blitzing in the second half by Southwestern, electing to drop obviously more into coverage once they took the bigger lead.
Yeah.
And the offensive line, predictably, but to their credit as well, a lot better in protection when they're blocking the 4 guys as opposed to the 7 or 8 that were coming after Bonds for a lot of that first half.
Looks like Mount Sack's going to pull away from Ventura in the fourth. 55-29, 2:50 to go in that one. Southwestern on top of Glendale, 42-7 in this one.
Yeah, it was interesting. Ventura had a very dominating defensive performance last week, limiting Santa Barbara to just 6 points. And then obviously a struggle tonight as the ball is on the turf once again. A scrum for it, no signal yet, but a lot of Vaqueros in the area.
I think the Jaguars got on top of it.
The Jaguars did get it back, so nearly forced another turnover. Just to finish the point very quickly, because I want to ask, because you're the one with a very good memory here. And then tonight, obviously, a big struggle. And this is eerily similar to a couple of years ago with Ventura, where I want to say they pitched a shutout in their opening game.
Versus Fullerton. And Fullerton came back and I think won the SCFA that year.
And then went to Mount Sac in week 2. And
it got throttled.
And it had a big struggle, and it was very, very similar. And I was trying to think about what the team was, but I remember the defense started out on such a high note, and then obviously a very tall assignment tonight going to Mount San Antonio College.
Yeah, I think they forced 5 turnovers in that opening game versus Fullerton. Obviously, that was a big season that they were looking at. I want to say that was the year after they had Yvonne Feathers. Could be wrong.
Lindstrom on the keeper. Any suspense here on the? Well, first of all, before we get too far here, let's have your pick on the Golovkin-Canelo fight coming up next week.
I just think Golovkin's too big. I think they're carbon copies of each other, but I think in that scenario you have to take the bigger man. But I think Canelo is the better boxer.
You're using my own logic against me there. The good big man beats the good smaller man.
Yeah.
I hate it when they use my logic against me, but no, I think that's a good consensus type of pick right there, and I think it's obviously that result wouldn't shock me by any stretch of the imagination.
I mean, some people say that Golovkin struggled against Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs, he's pretty good.
He's huge,
and he's big.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and Golovkin was able to drop him and hurt him early in the fight. So I think it's going to be danger at all times for Canelo. But are you picking stoppage, or you think this goes to?
I don't think that fight sees a decision. I think somebody's going to get stopped, and if I had to to bet, I'd probably bet for Golovkin. But you know, Canelo's got some pop too. If you want to pop in the tape, go look at that James Kirkland fight. That didn't end too well for old James.
Yeah, no, there's the way guys react when they're hit by him. He's had some pretty spectacular highlight reel type of knockouts.
And I will say this, Golovkin, he's not that hard to find.
No.
And Kirkland in that same mold. And, well, I keep on going back to that fight because I think that's a similar build in terms of Golovkin and power. And he took Kirkland's best shots pretty well.
Unnecessary roughness.
Meanwhile, the personal foul, this one against Southwestern. So the mark off 15 yards. We're under 3 minutes to go. All right, so we're on the record there, and I think it should be interesting. I think very hard fight to call, but
I'm rooting for Canelo. I think Triple G is going to win.
There you go. Any suspense here? You got a player of the game in this one? I don't imagine it's going to be.
Oh man,
it's
got to be Adrian Petty.
Yeah, look past Petty with the 2 returns for a touchdown, but
one on a kickoff, one on a punt. Oh, were they both on a punt?
Both on punts. And I think that defensively, I was very impressed with Sergio Ayan in the first half. Very disruptive from his linebacker spot.
Yeah.
Had a terrific game as well for Southwestern.
See if we can get some stats for you after the game. Quick recap on the stats of Adrian Petty in the return game. He has been fantastic here tonight. Look at some more action photos here on the field, courtesy of Matt Henson.
Get our defensive player of the game, or Glendale player of the game there for Augie getting into the end zone there with the big fumble return for a touchdown. And
well, it's definitely going to go on a highlight reel somewhere. The only one. Well, remember, everybody, next week, triple header coverage of SCFA football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com, ELAC, ABC, and College of the Canyons. Canyons hosting Fullerton, defending state champs, and Ventura hosting Orange Coast.
See, the Pirates have to, Ventura College Pirates, I should say, will look to bounce back after a disappointing performance tonight, but a lot of pressure on Orange Coast, a team that's had a couple of postseason appearances over the last couple of years, and they're off to an 0-2 start, and that's a very difficult assignment going up north to Ventura.
Indeed.
Where they'll need to find a way to win at Ventura College to stop an 0-3 start. I didn't hear the score. Big hole up the middle.
Terrell Johnson.
Johnson out to the 41.
Massive
gain of about 8 on 3rd and very long. So we'll see the punting unit down toward 2.5 minutes to go. ABC tonight. You got a score on that one?
ABC goes down to San Diego Mesa. So Mesa makes it 2-0 on this season.
And ABC drops
0-2.
0-2, so they'll look to get back to the drawing board next
ABC
week.
showed very well in the opener versus College of the Canyons last week. College of the Canyons, their QB, Brito, is something to watch. Someone to watch. He's from Paramus Catholic, modern day of the East Coast.
Huge
hit. Flag on the
coming
field.
in.
Did not give the returner a chance.
Delgado lost his helmet but held onto the ball. Sensational job by Delgado to keep the ball as we're going to look at the replay. And I'm not sure, did he signal a fair catch? I think that's the call.
Go back just a little bit more here, Matty.
Let's see if he comes into the picture.
Yeah, no signal.
No signal.
You know, that's pretty
bang.
bang. I'm surprised that they threw the flag. It's going to go against Cameron Lewis. Well, Lewis had the big play earlier.
Well, we know Lewis has the speed to get down there quickly.
Yeah,
we already saw evidence of that when he went 74 yards.
It's good special teamers to have on as a gunner. Got there in a hurry, and I think he timed that perfectly, but the flag will go in favor of the Vaqueros. And that's just based on the replay. Two minutes to go here in this one.
So they'll mark off the penalty, and Glendale will go to work.
The penalty against
at the
Southwestern
38-yard line.
moves the ball up to the 38-yard line. First and 10 for the Vaqueros at their own 38. 2 minutes.
Let's see if the offense can punch one in. Oh, and more miscues is going to go against Noah Kindred. Well, hey, let's run through the thank yous yet again. Chris Sacudo, John Sacudo, Athletic Director here at Glendale College. Alex Leone, Sports Information Director. Spiro Saltis, terrific PA announcer, one of the best in California, maybe in all of the land. Set of golden pipes. Matt Henson, Jorge Zepeda, Dave Matthews.
Bonds sheds a tackle and then overshoots his target. He wanted Torres on the far side. Well, always a teaching moment here for Glendale, and the result well decided at this point, but an opportunity to try and run a hurry-up offense. And still looking to throw the ball and see if they can get that much more practice in, but unfortunately it's going as too much of the night has. If you're Glendale, it's 3rd and 15. Bonds steps up, guns it on the far side, and completes it, but short of the first down mark. That is Isip with the reception. Or is that O'Neal? Okay.
The 43-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to be O'Neal. Correct that there and bring up 4th down and 7.
3rd down and 5.
All right, I'm missing it down. All right, so 3rd down and 5 after the catch. That's right, there was the penalty on 1st down. So 3rd and 5.
From the shotgun.
Bonds steps up under pressure, dumps it off to Torres. But Torres going nowhere. A loss on the play of a couple of yards, and 4th and 7 upcoming for Glendale as we count down to 1 minute remaining in the ball game. So the Vaqueros will go for it here on a 4th and 7. And we're getting down to what I think might be the final play. Glendale can't pick this up. It'll be all over but the kneeling.
4th down and 7.
Bonds with a straight drop.
Vaqueros.
Throws left. O'Neal had it for a moment but lost the handle, and the incompletion will turn it over on downs. And now Southwestern will come out and just run one more play, and that will wrap things up here from Glendale. Victory formation for Southwestern. For Jaguar fans, Southwestern will be back in action. They will return home next week for a date with L.A. Pierce. And Glendale will go back out on the road where they will take on Mount San Jacinto. And the kneel down should do it. Your final score tonight, 49-7. Southwestern, impressive. And they move to 1-1 on the season. Glendale falls to 0-2.
Has some stats printed out. Go over those and a quick recap of the game. Your final 49-7. Southwestern, big winner over Glendale here in week 2 of SCFA coverage here on SoCal College Sports. Stay tuned. It's a final 49-7. Glendale goes down to Southwestern. Nice to pay to Jeff Stoynoff with you on tonight's coverage. Thank you for watching, everybody. And you can also watch the archive copy on our website, SoCalCollegeSports.com. Also on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. It was a game effort in the first half. You thought that this game might have gotten away a lot earlier than it actually did, but credit the defense, the second part of that first half. But after the third quarter, it was all Southwestern.
Yeah, and I think as we made the point in the second half, all credit to Southwestern. It was a great response after I think there were some mistakes, a bumpy second quarter for them, but they managed to get through it. A little bit of good fortune, a little bit of good effort on their part, and then they made the necessary adjustments and really turned the screws in that third quarter and really took command of the game, and that's what you expect one of the top teams in the rankings to do in a matchup like this, and they took care of business, and now they got themselves back to 500. They're back to their starting point, and now they need to go from here.
Yeah, Adrian Petty, what a night. Adrian Petty had over 200 yards in the return game this evening, 1 for 61 on kickoffs, 5 for 142 in punt returns, and a couple of touchdowns in addition to.
Yep.
So a big night in the return game and special teams for Southwestern. And obviously, when you have everything going for you offensively, the special team starts to get involved, and it's really a tough and steep hill to climb for the Vaqueros in this one. But they go down. They start off the season 0-2. They do get on the board courtesy of a defensive touchdown. Augie Saucedo, a scoop 6, if you will.
And I think, to be fair, as we watched this one, I thought they were a little better in the second half, especially into that fourth quarter. Maybe some signs of life or of more positives moving forward. I think that we talked about the offensive line and them being a little bit overwhelmed in that first half against the pressure that Southwestern was bringing, but I thought the adjustment was there, and I think you have to view it as a work in progress if you're Glendale, and they were a little bit better, and now you just hope that you can continue to improve.